The field in the 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament has already been whittled down to 3. We'll find out after this one if it goes down to 2 or if 3 teams advance to championship Sunday. With Jack Withrow and Michael Schultz, my name is Eric Little. Glad to be with you here from Gomar Ballpark in Charleston, West Virginia. This is the 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship. On our final game of the day, pits Frostburg State against Glenville State. Frostburg State, Jack, managed to come back from 6 down and score the last 12 runs of the game against Charleston in their opener on Thursday. And then they scored 14 yesterday. Yep. What do they have in store today?
Well, I think Charleston just made them mad there when they went down 6-0. Like you said, they scored 26 runs after that. And coming off that last victory for Frostburg State over number 3 seed Point Park, they're in the driver's seat. They've got no losses here. A well-rested bullpen. Probably more rested than any other team left here in the tournament, but they do it on the offensive side as well. So, Coach Anthony Williams, a great program at Frostburg State, and they one of my favorites to win this before the tournament got started today. But Glenville State, we've called them scrappy, and here they are again. Have scrapped their way here to Saturday afternoon. This should be a good one.
And, Michael, we talked about this last night when we had Glenville State. The pitching has been solid. They've really relied on their top arms throughout.
No doubt. Grant Landis gave him 4 great innings yesterday. Then Zach Dellerman came in, 5 innings, just 2 hits, no runs. And they're going to try to repeat that here. Hunter Mayhew taking the mound for the Pioneers. And I expect a great game before us today.
Your lineup for Frostburg State: Tanner Cunningham, the center fielder; Manny Hall, the right fielder; Jackson Shalik, the left fielder, leading off; Jake Holler, Drew Jordan, Ryan Booma, Zane Bone, Johnny Antonelli, and C.J. Carmichael to follow. Here's Cunningham, the center fielder, against Glenville State's Trent Taylor. The first pitch is a ball low and in at 4:53 on a sunny and beautiful afternoon here in West Virginia's capital city. 70 degrees at first pitch. Not the first time all week it's hit that magical number. The pitch from Taylor is a cold strike. We didn't see him pitch yesterday, but he was getting loose in the bullpen when that game ended. A 2-0 win.
Trent Taylor, 3-4 record on the season. This is his 8th start on the mound for the Pioneers, a 3.95 ERA.
A sidewinder fires. It's drilled by Cunningham down the line and left, and that gets foul into the seats. Michael, you were a pitcher. Did anyone ever try to get you to throw sidearm or submarine?
I did. I had a big sweeping sidearm curveball.
What is it that led to that? What led you there?
Kent Tekulve.
Just wanting to look like the Mantis.
Great reliever for the Pittsburgh Pirates with those dark sunglasses. I had those geeky dark sunglasses when I was a kid, and that was the inspiration.
I believe he came out to Rubber Band Man every time he came on the pitch. One of the first intro songs. The 2-2 is lined foul wide of third.
Went on to be a broadcaster, didn't he, for the Pirates?
Yeah, he was with the Phillies for a while, then the Pirates after that. Yeah, had a long career broadcasting. He's retired now. Enjoying the fun life.
By the way, it is now an idyllic day for baseball since Michael was here.
The 2-2 to the screen, a foul ball.
I concur. This is an absolutely, I call it idyllic, but that's because I speak now in West Virginian English. So
you have to put that emphasis on the first syllable.
There you go.
Another 2-2 to Cunningham. Taylor fires a curveball ripped down the line and left. That's going to hook foul as well.
So hard to lay off that slow breaking curveball. Cunningham so far been unable to do it. Pulled 2 big time early foul.
I think having that contact and that success early on gives him that confidence. See what Taylor does here on 2-2. Tries to shove one in, and Cunningham pops it the other way. Sends it near the hospitality suite where we have grazed all week.
The chicken strips and the tater tots today.
Yeah, I was a fan of the chicken strips.
Oh, I was a fan of the tots. Nobody messed with my tots.
Chicken strips are a good food, but I like it because they're there to slather sauce on. For me, it's ketchup, barbecue sauce,
no
whatever.
utensils needed.
Nope. The 2-2. Way outside. I'm sorry, with a Wisconsin native here. I got to go just a bit outside.
Thank you, Mr. Euchre.
You're welcome. Leadoff batter, Tanner Cunningham. Running up the pitch count. This will be pitch number 10 from Taylor. And he works a walk to put Frostburg State with a runner on in this first inning as Manny Hall comes to the dish. A tenet of Frostburg State in this tournament has been first inning offense. They scored 3 in the first against Point Park in their second game, and then the opener against Charleston. They didn't do it in the first, but they scored 5 in the second. Or excuse me, they came to life after Charleston had 6. They scored 6 in the fifth. 3 big ones against Point Park. It's down and in for a ball. Manny Hall, a home run against Charleston. A 4-hit game in the tournament opener. Pitches up and in on Taylor, or on Hall from Taylor.
Cunningham dangerous on first base. 17 stolen bases on the season and 20 attempts. He had 3 runs scored in that big win over Point Park yesterday. So you got to pay attention to him on the base paths.
Called strike from Taylor. Finds the inside edge. Jack, Glenville State has used Dellerman and Landis a lot in this tournament. Are they available today, you think?
Yeah, probably.
Probably in some way.
I talked to Zach's older brother, Tyler, last night after last night's game. There's Tyler now on the coaching staff at the University of Cincinnati baseball team. Played his college career at the University of Charleston. MEC Player of the Year back in 2023. And he was surprised to see Zach on the mound last night. And I said, come on, Tyler, you know all hands on deck at tournament time. He's like, yeah, you're right.
Here's the 2-2 from Taylor to Hall. Fouled off.
We were surprised to see Dellerman not only warm up, come in the game, but then between innings, he was down there throwing again.
Gamer.
It really is like he threw an entire simulated game last night. One of those guys comes off the football field and keeps riding the bike on the sidelines to make sure he doesn't tighten up.
Time Taylor had Cunningham leaning towards second, almost got him.
Frostburg State 2-0 in this tournament. Not an elimination game for them. Runner goes. Hall takes a ball outside, throws, sails into center field. Cunningham pops up. He's to third base without a throw with nobody out here in the first inning.
And that's one of the disadvantages from that kind of slow rolling curveball. If you can get a decent jump, it's going to take a while to get to the plate. Cunningham with a great jump. Hurried throw from Swigert, and you can see what happened.
The payoff pitch to Manny Hall. Down and in, ball 4. Second walk of the inning from Trent Taylor. Cunningham walked. They rule it a stolen base and an error on the catcher, Swigert, to get Cunningham to third, and so now runners at the corners, nobody out for Jackson Shalick. Yeah, when you got that curveball and you got a pitcher that's leaning on that curveball, that does make it easy if you get one of those and guess right. Time is called. Glenville State's going to have a mound visit here with nobody out and 2-1.
That's how Frostburg puts pressure on the pitcher. They get on the bases. Now 106 stolen bases as a team. And your pitcher's thinking about the guys on the bases and not what he's got to do at the plate.
And Michael, you and I talked about this last night. We're to the point in this tournament where offensively, one of the best things you can do, aside from obviously scoring, is working counts and going deep in at bats and working already tired pitchers and making them even more tired.
And we've talked about this a lot during this tournament, and kind of compressed tournaments with the number of games. This Glenville State team played 2 games in one day yesterday. It's really going to tax the pitching staff. And so if you can work the counts, I understand you want to be aggressive, but if you can work the count, extend these at-bats, extend these innings, at this point on a Saturday of a 4-day tournament, you're going to run into some tired pitchers.
Yeah. The later you go in a tournament really does tend to favor the hitters. And again, that's a lot of baseball for them too, but I feel like they have an easier time turning it on than some of these pitchers do. A little bit more left in the tank for these hitters.
Head coach Jimmy Mullins out there to talk to his pitcher.
They're at the corners for Shalick. Runner goes. Hall in motion. They bluff the throw, and Swigert decides to eat it. Hall steals second base. So they're at second and third for Shalick on a 1-ball count. Glenville infield will draw in, especially on the left side. Shalick looks at a ball.
Shalick has been on fire in this tournament.
The 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes.
Shalick, 3 hits yesterday in that big win over Point Park. 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. That's after 4 RBIs against Charleston on the first day of this tournament.
He has made Charleston his home. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. First time we've seen Frostburg in the red tops today. Red tops in this tournament. First time we've seen Glenville State in the white. They're at second and third for Shalick. Nobody out. Frostburg trying to break through here in the first inning. The 3-1. Poked foul. On the top of the first. Here at Gomart Ballpark in Charleston. A Frostburg win puts them on to the championship round against Charleston with a 2-0 record, needing to win just once to claim the title. A Glenville State win sends us to the Electoral College. Here's the 3-2, foul to the screen. Now what it does is it sends Frostburg to a matchup with Charleston at 1 o'clock. And those would be 2 one-loss teams at that point, and then that winner would play Glenville State for the championship at 4:30.
I'm just glad we don't make it to the court system to determine the next steps.
Well, it's like dodgeball. We could go to the judges, but now we've lost Chuck Norris, so I don't know that that's even an apt system either. The 3-0. Shalick hits this the other way into right field. Ashton Crace breaking in. Can't get there. It drops in. And Shalick is going to come up with another hit, his 8th of the tournament, and an RBI single here in the first to play Tanner Cunningham and make this a 1-0 ball game.
Ball hit well, but the wind blowing in from right field kind of held that up, and it fell in front of Crace.
I thought Crace might have had a play on it if he had dove, but with no outs, you don't want to risk diving, missing it, and then who knows what would happen, how many runs Shalick might have been able to get all the way around.
Higher risk than a higher reward. The pitch to Jake Holler has popped up. Shortstop Adam Bright backing up. He's got it, 2 outs. Manny Hall took third on the Shalick hit, had to hold there, and so he holds it third here. Excuse me, 1 away, my bad. Here's Drew Jordan.
I wouldn't mind going to the court system and figure out this Mountain East Conference bracket system. If only we could find a good lawyer.
That's what the problem is, finding one.
Do you know any, Jack?
I do not.
Ah, that's really nice.
I know a lot that claim to be good.
Nice. I appreciate that deeply.
Jordan puts down the bunt. A good one as Taylor picks it up off the carpet with the bare hand, throws to first. Hall scores. And it's a 2-0 lead for Frostburg State. Drew Jordan came in and laid down a beautiful bunt. And he'll get the sacrifice on that as Shalik moves to second base. Put out goes 1-3. And an RBI for Jordan. 2-0 Frostburg State. Here's Ryan Boma. And he bomas that one foul to the left side.
Again, just that slow breaking curveball. Boma out front. And again, it's the Shalik, Holler, Jordan, Boma part of this Frostburg State lineup doing such damage. 15 of 20 in yesterday's win over Point Pleasant. Between those four, just gaudy. Point Park, not Point Pleasant.
And Boma sends this one into the air left field. McNeil coming over, gives way to the center fielder Jacob Meadows, who has the catch. And despite 5 hits and 5 RBIs against Point Park, Boma flies out in the inning. But Frostburg State strikes for 2. And we're through half an inning. It's 2-0 Frostburg State. Glenville State to the bats after this on MEC TV. Frostburg State, for the second consecutive game in this tournament, jumps out and hangs a crooked number in the first inning. It was 3 in their last game in the first inning and 2 today. They lead this game 2-0 going to the bottom of the first. Jacob Meadows, Adam Bright, and Zach Laurie atop the Glenville State batting order against right-hander Hunter Lehue.
Right-hander, 6'2", sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland, is Hunter Lehue. 5-3 record in 15 appearances, 14th start. 60 and a third innings pitched, 45 hits, 31 runs, 27 of those earned runs, 26 walks, and 58 strikeouts. Opposing batters batting .209 against Lehue and a .403 ERA.
Jacob Meadows, Adam Bright, Zach Laurie will get things going against Hunter Lehue. This righty. Get you the full lineup here in a moment. Meadows ready to go. First pitch up and away from Lehue to Jacob Meadows. Glenville State at 29-22. Frostburg State at 36-16. Winningest team remaining in this tournament. The 1-0 just outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Erica saw the Mothman getting a hot dog over at the Dirty Birds Cafe over there down the first baseline.
I did too. That's why it threw me. That's why I said Point
came up
Pleasant.
with Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
There's a called strike on the inside corner. Well, usually the Mothman's a harbinger of bad things to come, and I'm trying to figure out for whom in this case.
Hey, he's a baseball fan.
Yeah,
well, that too.
And also, it can also mean a Mothman mocha latte, which, delish.
Huh.
Just saying.
Did not know that was a thing. The 2-1 to Meadows, pulls back a bunt and takes ball 3. I would imagine if Mothman were going to come and watch this game, he'd be perched on top of the suites or on top of the press box, or maybe even the building down the right field line. Not in a seat, he's just perched.
He doesn't need a seat.
Or an introduction.
True.
The 3-1. Frostburg State fans have no idea what we're talking about. The pitch is upstairs, a 5-pitch walk to Jacob Meadows. Adam Bright stands in. The rest of the Glenville State batting order is promised. Zach Laurie, the designated hitter. Ashton Crace, the right fielder. It's Gavin Blair at second base, as Jetzel Cajigas Martinez not in the lineup for this one. Grayson McNeil in left. Luke Swigert, the catcher. Colby Guy at first. And Carlos De Jesus at third base. The Bobcats, Jackson Shalik in left, Tanner Cunningham in center, Manny Hall in right, Drew Jordan at third, C.J. Carmichael at short, Ryan Bowman at second, Zane Bone at first. Johnny Antonelli catches the pitch inside from Hunter Lehue. A cold strike on the edge. Bright looked like he was trying to bunt and pull back. There's some chirping from the Glenville State dugout, perhaps deservedly so. 0-1. A lot going on that pitch. 2 strikes on Bright as he hammers that foul.
A lot going on with that pitch. Not sure any of it was within the strike zone, but I agree. A lot going on with it.
On top of that, Meadows bluffed off of first base as well. That's the pitch that was called a strike. The toss to first, the runner's back. I thank Brian Shepard for giving us another look at that. Brian Shepard producing, Andrew Bolin directing today on the cameras, Alex Fink, Chase Bowman, Luis Adisi. They've all done fine work the entire week. Many of them have been on with us for all these games. The pitch is up and in. Adam Bright for a ball. Glenville State trying to get back into this one. Down a pair here in the bottom of the first. It is an elimination game for them. It's not for Frostburg State. Grounded sharply to the shortstop. Carmichael to second for one. Boma on to first. And it's a 6-4-3 twin killing in the first inning. 2 gone. I looked at those Glenville State uniforms, and I was trying to figure out why there was an R on the right chest. What was the significance of that now? And only in this half inning when they've come to bat and I get a better look do I realize that's a Pioneer head.
Yeah.
I just didn't get any closer look than the mound, the infielders.
Yeah. You know, baseball teams have to go old school on logos sometimes.
Stick a logo on the chest. It's a different look.
Well, we also now know why you got a D in penmanship.
Or I'm nearsighted, one or the other. Laurie swings and lifts the first pitch to left field. A long run. Jackson Shalik makes the catch as it comes into the bullpen down the line and left, and that ends the inning. So after the leadoff walk, Hunter Lehue faces the minimum in the first inning and escapes unscathed. We'll go to the second with a score 2-0 in favor of Frostburg State. This is the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship presented by the Health Plan.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
On to the second inning. Frostburg State has a 2-0 lead. Jackson Shalik an RBI single to continue his hot hitting. Drew Jordan sacrifice brought home a run. Trent Taylor picked it cleanly, had no play at the plate. Manny Hall scored. A play you try with a speedster like Hall at third base. Pios came up empty in their half of the first. Zane Bone leads off, bottom third. Johnny Antonelli and C.J. Carmichael to follow. Against his righty, Trent Taylor. Taylor drops it low and misses outside with the ball.
By the way, congratulations to the Glenville State softball team, Mountain East Conference softball champions.
Bone rockets this into center field. That's in there for a base hit, and Zane Bone becomes the second Frostburg State Bobcat to reach in as many innings in the leadoff spot. Here's Johnny Antonelli.
Dethroned 3-time defending Mountain East Conference softball champions in the University of Charleston.
And they had to work hard to do it. They had to beat Charleston twice, and they did exactly that. Long day and a hard day's work in Salem, Virginia, and they come away with that championship. So Glenville State already reason to celebrate today.
You had to win twice today against Charleston.
Yeah.
4 straight elimination games for the Lady Pioneers. It's got to be a certain sense of satisfaction kind of battling back like that through that many elimination games to come out on top. So big congratulations to Glenville State women's softball.
It's a cold strike to Antonelli. And if the baseball team manages to win, they will also have had to go through 4 straight elimination games. They made it through the first last night. This is their second. Toss to first, the runner's back. Johnny Antonelli, the pitch to him. Lifted right side, that'll find the seats. Took a lively hop off the seat.
Yeah, right into the protective fencing, netting, whatever you want to call it. Newly installed here at Go-Mart Ballpark.
There are thousands of seats in this park, and they all have cup holders attached. I'm surprised we don't get more foul balls that land in cup holders.
What are the odds?
You'd think they'd be better than average or better than they should be.
I'm sure there's a stat out there. Everything else is statted in baseball.
I'd put it up there with as likely as a batted ball going into a pitcher's shirt.
Oh, that's one shirt. These are thousands of cup holders.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
That's true. The shirt thing you've seen, the cup holder thing,
I've yet to see.
Yet to see. I have faith, which of course is the belief in things unseen.
Of course, that's like trying to throw a ping pong ball into those little cups at the circus.
Yeah.
Or at whenever you go to the circus or a state fair or something. I think they're rigged because I could never get it to work.
The 1-2 to Antonelli, runners off. It's low and outside for a ball. Good throw, and it is not in time. Better slide for Zane Bone to get around the tag. He's at second base with nobody out.
Yeah, Bone, nice job. You can see he was going for the outside, the back of the bag, snuck his left hand in there just before that tag on his left hip.
Taylor checks the runner at second base. The offering to Antonelli down. He chases, or no, he got a piece of it, a foul ball. Home plate umpire wants to swap out the baseball. Check that one. Passes muster. He puts it back in the sack for later use.
Plate umpire, Greg Losh, his brother.
Jack gets invited to the reunions. He brings the potato salad. The pitch to Antonelli. And I think there's an issue with whether or not Antonelli was addressing Taylor. He was in the box, but I heard somebody on Frostburg State say he's not looking.
Yep, got to have eye contact.
Antonelli was looking down. The replay of that, Antonelli very passively waiting for that pitch.
You see him staring down the first base line into the dugout. And now he's ready.
He's yet to address Taylor and trying to slow Taylor down. Need 2-2. Swung on and missed. Taylor says, slow me down. Why don't you sit down? First strikeout for Taylor, one gone here in the second.
Yeah, whatever the signals were coming in to Johnny Antonelli, the Frostburg State might want to rethink those signals because they did not help. Big swing, nothing but air.
Bone at second base. He singled and stole second. One out. Here's C.J. Carmichael. Frostburg State a pair of runs in the first, looking to grow that 2-0 lead. A bunt. Third base side out from home plate. The throw offline. Here comes Bone around third. The throw home, not in time. And Frostburg State gets a run on Carmichael's bunt and the throwing error to follow. It is 3-0.
Just a beautiful bunt from Carmichael. This is going to be a tough play. I don't think, even without the air, that was going to be a base hit. But because the air...
If that throw is on line, I think he's safe.
Air is given because runner
Bone
obviously
scored.
came home.
They may score it that way. Ground ball fair, pass to diving to Jesus at third. Tanner Cunningham on the first pitch sends one into left field. Throw to third. It's not in time. Carmichael there, and into second behind him goes Cunningham. So Carmichael with the bunt single, and he takes third on Cunningham's shot into the left field corner. DeJesus even with the bag at third. Gave it everything he had on the dive, couldn't get there. Manny Hall steps in, and now Glenville State has had that bullpen fired up. A right-hander getting loose down there.
Pitching coach going out. He's just buying some time here for the bullpen to get warmed up.
We keep talking about this because it keeps being true, and that's Luca Moore, a redshirt junior down there. We keep talking about this because it keeps being true. These are elimination games, and you have to make quick decisions to prevent a game from getting out of hand. And you got a really good hitter in Manny Hall coming up, a guy who's capable of making this a 5-0 game. It's a big at bat all of a sudden in the second inning. He may be the player that has impressed me the most this tournament. Doesn't hit for the most power, but I think just handles the bat and does exactly whatever is asked of him. Maybe better than just about anybody else I've seen. 4 hits in the tournament opener. Swings and misses here for strike.
He was a part of that big collision out in right field last year in a Frostburg State game where he and the second baseman were injured and taken out. A scary incident that happened on a little looping fly ball out to right field.
The 0-1 is inside. Those Bermuda Triangle plays are really, really scary to watch, and I'm sure scarier to participate in. The list of people who've been injured at every level of baseball on a ball like that is a long one. They're at second and third for Hall. The 1-1 just outside, 2-1. A home run in their tournament opener. So again, not the biggest build, but don't be fooled. That bat has some thump in it. Taylor fires off the plate, 3-1. Jackson Shalick, an even hotter hitter in this tournament, is on deck. Three balls and a strike. The pitch. A good pitch from Taylor on the edge for strike 2. Michael, you touched on this earlier. There really are just, in the middle of this order, at least in this tournament, there just is not anyone you can get around. They're all good hitters.
Yeah, starting with Shalick, 4 in a row. Just hitting as well as anybody in this tournament. Not that Hall is an easy out here.
The 3-2 laced foul to the left side. Maybe not the 27 Yankees, but the Mountain East murderers row, at least this week.
If you're Glenville State, I know you said, Jack, that Delleman available, but Landis and Delleman both pitched yesterday. You can't expect them to carry a heavy load today. You've got to get more innings out of your starter and your middle relievers.
Hall cranks it foul off the party set.
I think if you're James Mullins right now, you're hoping to get out of this inning with Trent Taylor on the mound, not burn a reliever to get out of the second.
Ideally, I think they needed Taylor to get this game at least into the 5th or 6th. I'm not sure it's going to happen. Here's the 3-2 on the outside edge, taken for ball 4.
No, at this point, you're hoping he'll get out of the second, limiting the damage with bases loaded now, 1 out.
Were I Glenville State, I go to the bullpen right here. Jimmy Mullins is on the same line of thought. Day ends prematurely for Trent Taylor, and now it's in the hands of a taxed Glenville State bullpen to try to tourniquet this ball game for 1, and 2, to see the lineup get these Pioneers back into it if that happens. Taylor departs with the bases full, 3 runs home, 2 in the first, 1 in this inning. Only 1 out in the second inning. Frostburg State threatening to make a big statement in the second from Charleston.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Crucial spot in the ball game. We're only in the second inning of our second game today on day 4 from Gomart Ballpark in the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championships. Glenville State to the bullpen. Bases full after Manny Hall walked. Trent Taylor faced 11 guys, only retired 4 of them, gave up 4 hits, so far 3 runs. He's walked 3 and struck out 1. He hands the reins to Anthony Ruiz. Jackson Shalick, one of the hottest hitters in the tournament. A single to bring home a run in the first inning. He bats with the bases full here in the second against Ruiz.
Ruiz, with his 13th appearance, all but 1 have been in a relief role. 5.93 ERA on the season.
Crucial spot of the game because if Frostburg State can get an even bigger tally here in this second inning, then all of a sudden they have to be thinking about shortening the game, saving their pitching, and getting to tomorrow with as much rest as they can. I think this is absolutely a situation with this offense swinging the way it is. If you're Frostburg State, you've got to be thinking about 10 or bust. And I don't know that bust is going to happen. The pitch to Shalick. Cold strike.
Yeah, Shalick, Holler, Jordan, Boma. I mean, can you ask for a better situation right now? Bases juiced, 1 out if you're a Frostburg State fan.
The 1-strike pitch. Check swing. Did he hold up? They say he did upon appeal. A ball and a strike to Jackson Shalick. 4 Frostburg State hits in this game. The 1-1. Shalick skies it on the infield left side. DeJesus in foul ground, tosses the cap, runs out of room. That looked like that hit somebody, and the dugout there is drifted out of play. And the guy that was closest to that was Grant Landis, a guy they may need to pitch later in this game. Everybody looks like they're okay, but
DeJesus discarded his ball cap like a catcher would, a face mask. I've never seen that before, but hey.
And you could tell by the way he looked, he was planning on doing that from the entire time that ball went in the sky.
It didn't work.
No, didn't make the catch, ran out of room. A ball and 2 strikes to Shalik. Anthony Ruiz on in relief. Here's the 1-2, and Shalik hits it high and deep. Left field, McNeil is back at the wall. It's gone! A grand slam for Jackson Shalik, and Frostburg State has opened this game way open here in the 2nd inning.
I mean, Shalik got one right down the middle and jumped on it. That was a no-doubter. And at this point, he's got to be a favorite for MVP of this tournament. Has been on absolute fire.
8th home run, 62nd RBI for Shalik.
First grand slam of the weekend, and Frostburg State up a touchdown here in the 2nd inning. A 5-spot, only 1 out. Jake Holler fouls it away. 3 of those 4 runs charged to Trent Taylor in an inning and a third. 4 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, a strikeout. And there it goes. Well out of here.
Great view of where that ball landed from the driver of that pickup truck.
Safe Light Repairs, Safe Light Replace.
Ought to be a sponsor here, don't you think?
Holler, I think, is trying to send it that way as well. McNeil near the line, and he runs out of room. A home run for for Jake Holler over the head of Grayson McNeil. Back to back, belly to belly. 8-0 Frostburg State.
Wind blowing out that way, and it just carried it.
I'd say, Jack, that looked like your 7-iron. But he got all of that, unlike you in your short game. Just went down. Smooth swing, and it just carried. Got it up in that wind, nice and high. Not a lot of wind, but enough.
Right into the front porch of Bricks and Barrels across the street. And the day is over for Anthony Ruiz. He gives up 2 hits, both of them deposited over the left field fence. Absolute missiles. The Frostburg State lead is 8-0. Glenville State in serious troubles. They go to the bullpen again here in the top of the 2nd inning. We're back after this from Charleston.
Tomorrow's innovators, teachers, caregivers, researchers, leaders, and creators all have one thing in common. They started out just like you. At West Liberty University, you are the focus. This is a place where you will gain the skills, knowledge, and confidence to change your life and the world around you. It all starts here, with you. Visit westliberty.edu to start your journey. It's all here at West Liberty University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Here in the top of the 2nd inning of what's an elimination game for Glenville State, the Pioneers have deployed one of their last best options, and it's Zach Dellerman, a guy whose right arm they have counted on so many times in this tournament. A 6-run Frostburg State 2nd inning, buoyed by Jackson Shalik's grand slam, the first grand slam of this entire tournament, and Jake Holler's solo bomb. Drew Jordan bats with 1 out, nobody on against, again, pitching almost improbably again in this tournament, Zach Dellerman. First pitch to Jordan is low and outside from the right-hander, Zach Dellerman.
Mainville, Ohio native. Went to Wheeling, then transferred to Glenville State. Ball comes in from the bullpen at Frostburg State.
Having some issues with bullpen catchers today.
As a catcher, I would say no, it's the pitcher. He can't hit my mitt.
I kind of side with Jack, the 2-1. And in there for strike two.
Y'all just described your careers as catchers right there. Got it.
That was my novelty play, bullpen catcher. Dellerman in 5 scoreless yesterday against Point Park. Gave up just 2 hits and 7 strikeouts.
But this is asking a lot to come back. 3rd appearance in 2 days.
4th of this tournament. 3-1 lifted to the right side. Colby Guy under it. Squeezes it. 2 gone. Again, of their top 2 starters, Grant Landis being the other one, I really thought it would be Landis we'd see before Dellerman, simply because Landis has thrown less of this tournament. Dellerman is the guy that's their ride or die. Ryan Boma smokes it foul right side. Flew out to center to end the 1st inning. And again, we have talked at length about Boma's hitting in this tournament. One and one. I'm with you, Michael. If Jackson Shalick is not the MVP, he's got to be amongst the cup 2 or 3 in this discussion for this entire tournament.
Just been outstanding at the plate.
Boma takes ball 2 low. Already 5 RBIs in a 2-hit game today. Against Point Park, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. The 2-1 cracked up the middle and through for a base hit against Zach Dellerman. And then in the opener of the tournament, Shalick with a 3-run homer, a single, and 4 RBIs. So by that count, 12 RBIs in 3 games of this tournament. And two home runs.
Both of them with men on base.
Drew Jordan, the 10th man to bat this inning, Zane Bone, excuse me, takes 1 low. This Frostburg State offense just keeps pouring it on. Bone pops it out of play. In their first 2 games of this tournament, they've scored a combined 26 runs, 12 on Thursday, 14 yesterday, and they're at 8 right now in the 2nd inning. Delayed steal, the throw offline. Boma swipes the bag.
We're in the Groundhog Day portion of the 2nd inning. This is the 2nd appearance in inning number 2 for Zane Bone.
Singled and scored the last time. A cold 3rd strike on the outside corner, and he won't have that luck this time. Zach Dellerman retires 2 of the 3 he faces in the 2nd inning to end a disastrous 2nd inning for the Glenville State Pioneers. 6 runs in the Frostburg State inning, 5 of them on back-to-back home runs, a grand slam from Jackson Shalick, and a solo shot from Jake Holler. And we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Frostburg State leads it by 8 here in Charleston. Hard to tell who's loving life more right now out of the Frostburg State Bobcats team. Hunter Lehue out there on the mound with an 8-run lead, has yet to surrender a hit in this game. Or maybe Jackson Shalick, the left fielder who's driven in 12 this tournament and 5 today of Frostburg State's 8 runs. They've scored in each of their first 2 trips to the plate, and they lead at 8-0. And for Glenville State, we talked about this earlier, it is 11:59 p.m. and then some. Ashton Crace, Gavin Blair, Grayson McNeil, the hitters in the second inning.
Just an impressive offensive display by Frostburg State to this point. You keep saying to this point, but they just keep rolling. 8 runs through 2 innings after putting up 14 and 12 in the first game against Charleston?
Oof. 12 and 14 respectively as Crace takes a strike. The 0-1. Foul tip. Crace down 2 strikes. Jack Withrow, you got an update from Lawrence, Kansas?
Yeah. Western Mountaineers took game 2 over Kansas. League-leading Kansas. 5-2 today. So they've won the first 2, and they could go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon.
Now you love to see it, especially given the opponent. 2 strikes on Ashton Crace from Hunter Lehue. Swing and a miss. First punch out of the day for Lehue. Crace, the first out of the second inning.
A lot of confidence right now for the right-handed pitcher, Hunter Lehue. And like you said, he's got an 8-run lead.
It's really freeing for a pitcher because you don't have to nibble at the corners. You don't have to be too careful.
Just throw strikes, fill up the zone.
Throw strikes, let your fielders do what they do.
Gavin Blair takes low for ball 1.
Right on cue, he throws one down low.
And you know, you're also facing a Glenville State team that is really struggling to find that confidence all over the place now after the events of the first 2 innings. In there for a strike. It's almost as if Jimmy Mullins needs to huddle this entire team somewhere and say, hey, our backs are against the wall. We got to get this going. It's either now or never. Lehue's 1-1. Fouled off the catcher. Not to quote John Bon Jovi, but it is now or never.
Not to quote him, but go ahead and do it.
Right. And unintentionally did it, but.
Well, I mean, better than quoting Backstreet Boys like you did last night.
Well, I did that intentionally as Blair swings and misses at a strike.
Pulled a string on that one.
2-way. Taylor Swift, I unintentionally referenced last night.
I mean, at this point, if you're Glenville State, I think you just want to put together some good at-bats.
It really is into the micro. You got to stack some small wins here.
Yeah, let's get some good at-bats. 2 strikeouts in this second inning by Lehue.
Get somebody on. Lifted, left field. Shalick under it. Backpedaling, makes the catch. And after the leadoff walk in the first, Hunter Lehue has faced the minimum, the double play ball, and then he retired 4 more to get through 2 innings. 8-0 Frostburg State will go to the 3rd on MEC TV.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there? At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
On to the third. Zach Dellerman remains on for Glenville State, and I feel like I may say that for pretty much the rest of this ball game. He is going to be the guy that they live or die with. Johnny Antonelli stands in, C.J. Carmichael and Tanner Cunningham to follow. You hear that in the background? That's a medical helicopter that's flying in and landing at the hospital behind the first base seats across the street.
I'm just pretending I'm in the new Jason Bourne movie.
Are you gonna grab onto the?
If they lower the ladder for me, heck yeah.
Antonelli takes a ball low and outside. Frostburg State scored 6 times in the second inning and sent 10 to the plate to do it. A grand slam for Jackson Shalik, a solo shot from Jake Holler. It's outside from Dellerman. I kind of like James Bourne. Is that Jason's brother?
It's his little-known brother.
I know you were going for James Bond.
I know. See, I don't know Jason Bourne. I know James Bourne. He's an accountant in Middlebury, Connecticut.
That's cool.
Jason's little-known little brother.
I thought he lived out in Milton, off Route 60.
No, that's Gertrude Bourne.
Not an accountant.
She works at the Biggly Piggly Wiggly. 2-1, grounded to the third base side. Glove there by Carlos De Jesus. Throws off line, but Colby Guy kept his foot on the bag. A little fancy footwork, one gone. Watch the footwork here from Guy at first base.
Little toe tap in there.
Looks like you trying to line dance, Jack.
I thought I did really well.
Look, he got the out.
Exactly.
I didn't say it was not graceful.
Dellerman walks it by himself over the outside edge for a called strike.
Much like my line dancing. Not graceful, but effective.
C.J. Carmichael sends it in the air, right field. Ashton Crace drifts over, makes the catch, and quickly 2 gone here in the third inning. Line dancing's interpretive. It's open to the artist.
Exactly.
No, it's not. Interpretive line dancing.
One person's beauty is somebody else's. Somebody else's
down here.
Miscue. Tanner Cunningham. Cunningham doubled and scored in the second. Walked and scored in the first. Dellerman's 1-0, foul tipped.
I confess, with all the work that Dellerman has put in this week, you just keep expecting him to run out of gas. That was an 86-mile-per-hour fastball. Down a little bit from what we saw last night, but he's still effective in getting these Frostburg hitters out.
The 1-0's off the plate. I kind of wonder how he's able to lift his arm when he wakes up in the morning.
He's a 20-year-old. That helps.
Doesn't hurt. Cunningham pops up the 2-1 pitch behind the plate. Does Swigert have room? Sure does. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Well, Dellerman has come out of the pen, and he has retired 5 of the 6 hitters he's faced. Home half of the third on the docket. Frostburg State shut out for the first time, and a 0 on the board on their ledger for the first time today. 8-0 Frostburg State on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Davis and Elkins College continues leading the way, and we did not slow down, even during the global health crisis. We have secured private donations and grant funding to support our growing, successful, and now accelerated nursing programs. Davis and Elkins nursing graduates have repeatedly posted 100% passing rates on nursing boards and are sought after by health organizations of all sizes, specialties, and locations. They need nurses, and we train the best.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia, a steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners, because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan, here for you.
To the bottom of the third, Glenville State has picked up their first small win in this one. They keep Frostburg State off the board in a half inning. And now they'll try to get things going with the bats in the bottom half of the third. Bottom third of the order, Luke Swigert, Colby Guy, and Carlos DeJesus against right-hander Hunter Lehue.
Lehue with just 18 pitches thrown in this baseball game if you're Glenville State. Okay, you got a little win, a micro win. First 3 up, 3 down inning. Now put together some good at-bats. Got to look for something positive if you're a Pioneer fan.
Not sure what this means, but I just saw a live chicken taken down to the Glenville State dugout.
Nobody tell PETA.
I know what you're thinking, Jack. You're thinking dinner.
Swigert takes his strike. Candlesticks make a nice gift. Turn 2. The 0-1. And this is lifted center field and deep. Cunningham under it in front of the fence. 1 out. If Glenville State has any magic remaining, and they spent a lot of it to bounce back last night with a 2-0 win after a devastating loss yesterday afternoon, playing their 3rd game in 2 days, they need to conjure it now. Here's Colby Guy. Lehue from the belt. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. Frostburg State by far the team in this tournament that's best equipped from a pitching standpoint. You know what the offense has done. That running total in terms of runs scored is now at 34 in a little over 2 games. Here's the 2-0. Guy skies it foul.
I confess, I find it a little strange that Hunter Lehue, nobody on, pitches from the stretch. You see that from relievers all the time.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more with starters.
Yeah, Lehue's 15. This is his 16th appearance, 14th start. So he's overwhelmingly generally a starting pitcher.
I think there are some guys that have abandoned the windup if it was clunky for them and it doesn't feel right. Guy grounds it to the right side. Scooped there by Boma. 2 outs. I'm with you, Michael. It is a bit unorthodox, but Jack is correct. You do see it more and more, and I think that's why. I think sometimes it's just one of those things to where if you're more comfortable with it, you can't explain it, but if it works for you, then don't change it. And I think the stigma that a pitcher needs to have a windup is falling by the wayside. Some it works for, some it doesn't. Carlos DeJesus, the last guy to bat for the first time. A cut and a miss for strike 1. Over an hour into this game, we're only now seeing DeJesus bat for the first time. 8-0 Frostburg State. The One strike pitch up and in.
Well, going from the stretch takes a lot of movement away from the pitch, going through that wind-up, and maybe, like you said, some struggle to get back to the point where they need to throw strikes.
Right.
And I think they're teaching younger players to start like that.
And if you can generate the same power out of those legs, just the same, and you're quicker to home plate, a lot more that goes into pitching than the velocity, release point, and how well you hide the ball as you follow through in that delivery. All those things factor in.
Yeah, but velocity's nice.
Sure is.
Just ask Jacob Mizorowski of the Milwaukee Brewers.
He had a heck of a night last night, didn't he?
Over 10 pitches, topped 103 miles per hour in his start and win against the Yankees last night.
He's a tall, slender fella. A stiff breeze could knock him over, huh?
Couldn't have said it better myself, Eric.
Thanks, Michael. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jesus. LeHue fires. Popped out of play.
Senior out of Brandon, Florida, DeJesus, looking for the Pioneers' first hit.
LeHue fires. Ground to the shortstop. Scooped there by Carmichael. Up to first. And another 1-2-3 inning completed by Hunter LeHue. Glenville State hitless through 3 innings. Frostburg State out to a commanding 8-0 lead. Go to the 4th after this on MEC TV. You guys want anything from hospitality?
College continues leading the way, and we did not slow down, even during the global health crisis. We have secured private donations and grant funding to support our growing, successful, and now accelerated nursing programs. Davis & Elkins nursing graduates have repeatedly posted 100% passing rates on nursing boards and are sought after by health organizations of all sizes, specialties, and locations. They need nurses, and we train the best.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
On to the 4th from Gomart Ballpark in Charleston, the side of the 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Championships. Manny Hall strides to the dish to lead off the top of the 4th inning for Frostburg State against Glenville State's Zach Dellerman. And here to take you through the middle third play-by-play-wise, my friend, my colleague, Jack Withrow.
Thank you, Eric. 8-0. Frostburg State in the driver's seat. As again, Manny Hall will lead things off. Left-handed hitting, right fielder. Looks at the first pitch from Dellerman, down and away for ball 1.
Statistical oddity, Jack. Manny Hall yesterday, his first 2 plate appearances, base on balls and a sacrifice. He didn't get an official at bat till his 3rd time. Today, 2 bases on balls. He is yet to record an official at bat here in his 3rd trip to the plate.
Looks at that one on the outer part of the plate for a strike. 1-1 to count on Hall.
You know I love me some statistical oddities.
Oh, I know. That one bounces in. 2-1. Sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Right-handed throwing, Zach Dellerman. Sets and fires. That one delivered in the left field under the glove of De Jesus at third base. And there you go, the leadoff single for Manny Hall.
Thought De Jesus had time. Had to dive to his left. Thought he had time to come up with that, but it just slithered under his glove.
Got to bring up the left fielder in Jackson Shalick. Shalick 2 for 2, 5 RBIs here this afternoon. You guys talked earlier about what he has done in this tournament as he looks at that one in there off the plate for ball one.
Yeah, 4 RBIs against Charleston in game 1, 3 last night against Point Park, and he said, here, hold my Pepsi. Let me show you this. 5 RBIs here this afternoon.
1-0 pitch, and that one lifted foul over top the first base dugout, and that will head towards CAMC General, which I guess now is Vandalia Health. CAMC.
Look at you up on local news.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. The throw will be late and a stolen base for Manny Hall. That'll be his 13th stolen base of the season. And now another runner in scoring position. Again, they put the pressure on you when they get on base.
2 steals for Hall here today. Frostburg State, 5 stolen bases on 5 attempts. They are Jack, as you said, they are an aggressive, really efficient base running team.
That one fouled off, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Shalick. As Dellerman now's got his hat pulled down just a bit, the sun looking right into his eyes as he delivered that one, and a high fly ball. Meadows coming in, trying to shield his eyes. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Nice job by Meadows. You could see him really fighting the sun.
You're in the 6 o'clock hour. The sun's setting in behind the press box, and the shadows of the press box just starting to inch out onto the playing surface behind home plate. As Jake Holler, the DH, will step to the plate. 1 for 2. That one hit well in center field. Manning took off, and he'll have to retreat back to second base as that one's hauled in by Meadows, 2 down.
So, Jack, what do you think a good percentage is in terms of stolen base? Steals against attempts.
A good percentage?
Yeah. If you look at a percentage of
95%.
Well, Frostburg State's a little bit under that, about 89%.
Oh, you're talking about as a team?
As a team,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it would be a little bit lower than 95 then, yes.
89% of their attempts are successful on the stolen base.
Guy gloves it, flips it over. Dellerman, nice job as he covers the bag at first base. Gives up a single. Hall stranded out there. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Frostburg leading Glenville State 8-0 here on the Mountain East Digital Network.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Hunter Leahy, the right-hander for Frostburg State, back out on the mound for the Bobcats as he is cruising right along here. setting at 30 pitches. As we head to the bottom of the fourth inning.
No hits, 1 base on balls for Lehue, 2 strikeouts. Ended up facing the minimal number of batters, just 9 through 3.
The top of the order back up. Meadows, Bright, and Laurie.
Looking the definition for baseball efficiency for a pitcher. And that's what you'll see Hunter Mayhew's name next to it for today.
Shady Spring, West Virginia native. And Jacob Meadows will lead things off. The center fielder walked his first time at the plate today.
Glenville State just looking for something, anything, to provide an offensive spark.
As Lehue delivers outside for ball 1.
Dellerman's done what he was supposed to do. Came in 2 innings so far. Definitely shut down this Bobcat attack, but offensively, this Pioneer team really struggling right now.
Fastball at 87, misses outside as well, 2-0. Lehue has issued 1 walk, 2 strikeouts this afternoon. 2-0 delivery. As Meadows shows bunt, that one falls out of the zone, 3-0.
We talked about putting together a decent at-bats. I mean, this is a pretty good at-bat by Meadows so far. Making Lehue earn it.
3-0 pitch, and that one misses. A 4-pitch walk to lead things off here for Jacob Meadows. Second walk of the game issued for Lehue. And that'll bring to the plate the shortstop in Adam Bright. Bright hit into that double play after Meadows walked in the first inning, the 6-4-3. And now time is called, and lead umpire Greg Losh walking out and giving some instructions to Hunter Lehue.
Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the signs?
Yep.
Is that how the conversation went?
And Lehue always working from the stretch, settles the glove just above the stomach and delivers in. All speed there, in there for a strike.
Yeah, that one buckled the knees of Adam Bright. Beautiful curveball from Lehue.
A 1 pitch. That went down in the dirt. Nice block by Antonelli. Evens up the count at 1-1 on Adam Bright. Junior out of North Ridgeville, Ohio. Toss over to first. Chases Meadows back into the bag. Conservative lead over at first base for Meadows, who has swiped 19 bases coming into today. The 1-1 swung on, and that one lifted up high. Tailing over towards the Frostburg dugout. Did he make the catch? He did not.
Boy, that looked like Bone had that in his glove.
Yeah, I thought it was in his glove and then back out the tip of his glove at the very end, like he just needed another inch or so to fully secure that.
So a foul ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bright.
Talked before about stacking little wins. And again, Glenville has a runner on first base. If they can get their first base hit, that would be another thing to stack. Right now, they just got to get on the board.
Another toss over to first.
Thought that last foul ball was actually, thought that Bright swung in a ball. 5 of the first 6 pitches here from Lehue in this inning have been balls. Glenville State, make him pitch a strike. Don't go chasing balls out of the strike zone.
The 1-2 pitch, another breaking pitch, falls down.
Just
for ball 2.
Just stick to the fastballs and the sliders you're used to. And Lehue, though, is used to having a longer pause than what he had. It was a relatively quick top half of the 4th inning. That's something he's not had to deal with today.
2-2 pitch, fastball, down and away, 3-2. Lehue, 2 walks now. He issued one here to Meadows to start things off here in the bottom of the 4th. And now 3-2 count.
Down 8. Don't expect Glenville State to be aggressive on the base pass, taking off with this pitch.
Swung on. That one lifted down the right field line, but it is slicing over towards the stands, and that hits off the party deck and rattles around. Luckily, nobody there partying. Oh, there's one guy. He's walking around out there. He'll get that foul ball.
Yo Soy Fiesta.
Yes, CC.
But I know that had that bounced in fair territory and lodged on that party deck, it would have been a ground rule double.
Count remains 3-2. Lehue settles in again with the glove at the belt, and that pitch inside for ball 4. Runner was going, didn't mean anything, has now back-to-back walks from Lehue. So you look down at the Glenville State dugout and a little smoke coming out of there. Joe Boo may be working some magic.
There were new chicken tenders when I went to the hospitality room.
There were some new ones?
I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but...
Mound visit. The pitching coach for Frostburg State. Michael Austin, in his 3rd season, took over for now head coach at the University of Charleston, and Dean Peterson, who was the pitching coach for Anthony Williams before he came down to the capital city. As plate umpire, Greg Losh was wanting to join the conversation, and they break up as soon as he gets there.
I assume the conversation was something along the lines of, dude, we are up 8 runs. Throw strikes. Don't have to mess around with the hitters. Don't have to try to nibble around the corners. Just throw strikes.
Zach Laurie, the designated hitter, will step in.
Yeah, you really do have to pound the zone of that part of the game.
He flied out the left field his first at-bat as he looks at that one down for ball 1. Laurie, a .236 hitter coming into today with 25 hits, 3 doubles, a triple and 2 home runs. As that pitch outside 2-0.
That's an example. Those are 2 pitches that were off the outside part of the plate. Again, just kind of trying to nibble when you need to just throw strikes.
2-0 pitch, misses out, 3-0.
And again, we're not used to seeing Frostburg this deep into their bullpen, but remember, their opener on Thursday, Lehue threw 2 scoreless, hitless innings. He struck out 1 and walked 1. So he didn't pitch a ton on Thursday, but this is him on 1 day's rest.
Checks the runner at second, deals in, and Laurie taken all the way. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And this would be about the time in an outing on short rest where you think maybe the adrenaline's worn off and maybe fatigue is setting in and you're having trouble finding the zone.
3 balls, 1 strike on Zach Laurie. And ball 4, bases loaded, no outs. And now you look down in the dugout at Frostburg, and some folks are milling around. And looks like they may be sending some folks out to the bullpen.
I don't think you can let somebody walk 3 in a row without taking some kind of an action or getting somebody ready in case things completely come apart, especially when you're facing a team that is facing elimination.
Ashton Crace will step in, the right fielder. Struck out swinging his first time at the plate as Leahy delivers in a strike. No outs, bases loaded. Meadows down at first, Bryant at second, Laurie at first base.
Joey Seraphin, who pitched earlier in this tournament for Frostburg State, one of the guys I saw head into the bullpen.
And that hit him. Came back with a breaking pitch. It stayed inside and clipped the elbow of Crace. And now the Pioneers get a run on the board.
When I stepped out a moment ago, I ran into the father of a Glenville State player, a guy I happen to know, and looked at me and said, hey, this is a pretty tough one today. And I said, hey, Glenville State's fought all week, and here they are, bases full, a run already home. This game through 2.5 looked to be Frostburg State's all the way, but Glenville State didn't come this far to give up now, and all they needed was a bit of momentum and things to go their way. Leahy getting a visit from his catcher, Johnny Antonelli, as that bullpen continues to ramp up.
Glenville State scoring a run and have yet to put the ball in play. 3 walks and a hit batsman.
Two guys went down there. Seraphin, by the way, not the guy throwing. The guy throwing's a lefty. Seraphin a righty. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you're Frostburg State, how frustrating is this? I mean, you've allowed a run, bases juiced, no outs, without making Glenville State swing the bat.
This is second time through against Leahy.
Gavin Blair, the second baseman, left-handed hitting. Also struck out his first time at the plate as he shows bunt, pulls it back in there for a strike.
A team that had no momentum, you didn't want to be the one to give them that push.
And no outs and bases loaded. 1 run already in for the Pioneers. The 0-1 pitch. And that one misses inside, 1-1.
Sense of urgency now in the throwing in the bullpen for Frostburg State.
I think if Blair reaches, this might be it for Leahy.
That one off the plate, 2-1. It's like a left-handed pitcher, Cody Sharman, warming up for Frostburg State.
Also pitched the other night.
Pitching in baseball is a funny thing. Absolutely cruising through 3 innings, and suddenly Leahy cannot find the strike zone.
3 balls, 1 strike now on Gavin Blair.
And again, it's the first time through the order. He faced the minimum through 3 because of the double play after walking Meadows, and then walk, hit batsman. Second time through.
3-1 delivery. Swung on, that one lined out in left field. 1 run will score in Bright, and they'll hold up Laurie at third base. So finally, a base hit for the Pioneers, and it drives in the second run of the bowl game for them.
That had just enough doubt that you saw Laurie couldn't take off at a dead run from second base as a result. Nice job by Shalick getting the ball in quickly from left field. Limited the damage to just 1 run.
Anthony Williams out of the dugout. They're going to make a pitching change. We'll tell you who it is when we come back here on the Mountain East Digital Network.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
New pitcher for Frostburg State, the left-hander, redshirt sophomore Cody Sharman from Severna Park, Maryland. Will come in out of the bullpen. Take a look at his numbers on the season. 10th appearance, all out of the bullpen for Sharman. 14 2/3 innings pitched, 17 hits, 11 runs, 8 earned runs, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. 293 batting average. Opposing batters against Sharman. He's 1-0 on the season and a 4.91 ERA.
Threw an inning and 2/3 against Point Park yesterday. He retired 4 of the 5 guys he faced, gave up just a base hit, finished up that game in Frostburg's 14-8 win over Point Park. So pitching for a second consecutive day, but as a reliever, a guy who's worked out of the bullpen primarily at least, you have to think he's used to that somewhat.
Lehue still on the hook. He's got the bases loaded. Laurie at third, Grace at second, Blair at first. And Grayson McNeil at the plate, the left fielder. He flew out to left field his first time at the plate. As swing and a miss on a breaking pitch from Sharman.
This could be an 8-6 game on one swing, and if it is, it would be on just the second hit of the day for Glenville State. That's what's amazing to me about this.
A 1 pitch, breaking pitch down in the dirt. Nice block by Antonelli. 1-1 to count on Grayson McNeil.
If you're Frostburg State, you want to slam the door shut, and instead what they've done is they've propped it open and in some regards held it open for Glenville State here in this inning.
Bobcats infield playing at regular depth as that one comes up and in. 2-1 on the fastball.
Boy, McNeil looked like he was about to uncork, but it was high and tight.
2 balls, 1 strike. Sharman settles, breaking pitch, ground ball, right side. They'll come home with it. The play is made. They get the lead runner and Laurie out at home, but that's the only out.
Little surprised they didn't try to step on first and then throw home. Would have made a tag play at home, but possibility to get 2 outs. I think that's a little bit too much to pass up.
So now the catcher and Luke Swigert will dig in on the right side.
I'd argue that was the safe conservative play.
Yeah.
Coming straight home.
Yeah.
Breaking pitch, just misses.
Again, a lot can go wrong when you turn that force out into a tag play.
Swigert flew out to center field his first time at the plate today. Sharman delivers in, and that one in there, a strike. 1-1 to count on Swigert. 221 hitter coming into today. The 1-1, another breaking pitch. That one off the plate, though, 2-1.
Frostburg State bullpen continues to be busy.
To 1 pitch, fastball delivered out into center field. Cunningham under it, tagging his Crace. The throw will come in and be cut off. So a sac fly makes it 8-3. So Glenville continues to chip away at the lead.
Three runs in the inning by virtue of just 1 hit. You don't like to trade outs for runs here, but in the virtue of chipping away, kind of does fulfill that. But I still think a big blow here could be struck for Glenville State, and if it does, well, would this make it a brand new ball game or what?
First baseman Colby Guy, 0 for 1.
Listen to you, Mr. Optimism. Hope springs eternal.
Breaking pitch off the plate for ball 1 to Guy.
It's a beautiful thing about baseball.
Glass isn't half empty or half full, it's overflowing, Michael.
I'm going to put that on a poster on my wall, attributed to you.
I'm just honored to be on the wall.
The 1-0 delivery. That one misses inside, 2-0. 8 home runs for Kobe Guy this year. 27 runs batted in. Wind blowing out now towards left field. 2-0 pitch. And that one misses the zone, 3-0. Sharman being careful with Guy.
Two outs. Still have room to put a runner on. I guess it's okay to be careful.
3-0 pitch right down the middle for a strike. .63 senior out of Barrie, Ontario. A 3-1 pitch from Sharman, and that's a fastball that catches a piece for strike 2. Two down, runners at first and second for Glenville State. A full count on Guy.
How's this for a big pitch? Runners will be moving.
Payoff pitch, swung on, that one lifted foul. It was a fastball, and Guy was right on it, just missed it.
Rinse, wash, repeat. All over again. Runners will be moving. Huge pitch.
Again, the 3-2 from Sharman. And that one will slice foul down the third baseline. Into the concourse area. Used to be some tiki huts down there. They no longer exist.
That's a shame. An underrated dwelling.
3-2 pitch. Breaking pitch, and that one hit well out in the right field. Manny Hall coming over, can't make the catch. 1 run will score. Here comes another one, and McNeil around third, and no play at the plate. And a big-time hit for Colby Guy. Drives in 2 more runs for the Pioneers.
And that, Jack, is the big blow that they have needed this entire inning. Frostburg State opened up the door, and they needed to kick it firmly down, and that's exactly what's happened here. Only the second hit of the inning and a decisive blow, and Glenville State firmly back in this game, down just 3 runs.
Saw there Manny Hall got his glove on it, but it was right at the tip, couldn't close it off. Dribbled away, and you're absolutely right. That was just what the Glenville State Pioneers needed. 3 runs, you'll take it, but you will feel like you have left something on the field. 5 runs, absolutely you'll take it.
And especially since you got a big hit to get those last 2. Rather than feeling like it was all gifted to you, now you did something.
Carlos De Jesus, the third baseman, fouls the first one off. And a cut there, came up empty. 0-2.
De Jesus, the 9th batter here in the 4th inning for Glenville State.
No balls and 2 strikes. Sharman kicks, delivers, and a swing and a miss to end the inning. But a 5 spot put up here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Pioneers. 8-5. Frostburg State leading here on the Mountain East Digital Network.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
New life for Glenville State as they put up 5 runs in that bottom half of the 4th inning. Zach Dellerman back out on the mound. And Eric, you were wondering if there was enough ice for Zach Dellerman here in the Charleston area.
Yeah, I stayed out at Southridge the last 2 nights, and had I stopped by the South Charleston Ice Arena, I probably would have seen Dellerman out on the surface doing like ice angels. Keep the ice on that flat surface.
You stayed out at the Hampton, didn't you?
I did.
You eat at Chuck E. Cheese there for dinner last night?
They wouldn't let me in.
Okay.
I was there past closing time. I tried.
Ryan Boma will lead things off as Dellerman sets and delivers in outside for ball 1.
So you telling me that restraining order is still in place?
Unfortunately, it is.
Wow. I told you not to do that to the Bears.
Against Mr. Charles Entertainment Cheese.
That pitch down low, 2-0 from Dellerman. As another helicopter coming in to land at the hospital just directly behind the first base dugout. That one hit well in center field. A high fly ball. Meadows camped underneath it and makes the grab.
Got all of it, did Bowman. Just under it a little bit. Meadows fighting that sun, as we've seen him do a few times here this afternoon.
Also, don't discount the fact that he's looking into the area where that helicopter is trying to land.
Yeah.
So there's a helicopter landing, and you're supposed to spot the little speck that's coming your direction.
Zach Bone will step in on the left side, and that one misses out.
Dellerman could not see that throw back.
Yeah.
That was a flail.
That was a loopy throw from Swigert.
The 1-0 pitch went high, 2-0.
Here's we come past 6:30. This is a time of the day where we've not had a lot of tournament baseball played while we were here. It was an overcast day on Tuesday, and then the Wednesday, Thursday games are 3:30 and 7, so they're often done by this time of the day. So this is not a time of the day we're used to seeing guys have to have this problem.
2-0 pitch in there for a strike, 2-1.
I think you moved the whole tournament up a day. We talking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Instead of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
I'm talking about erecting a giant sunshade behind the press box for about 30 minutes.
2-1 pitch off the plate.
Just
3-1.
See it go up between innings, block the sun, and then retract it later.
Have to call Amy Schuler-Goodwin and request that. See if that's in the budget for the city of Charleston.
Sea Waves awnings.
There you go. Opportunities.
When you need
for more advertising.
When you need to throw shade, call Sea Wave. You like that?
That's nice.
So are those awnings.
3 balls, 1 strike on Zane Bone. And that one high for ball 4.
Boy, this is a hole you don't want to fall down if you're Dellerman and Glenville State. Again, you just got a 5 spot. You don't want to give anything back right here.
First walk given up by Dellerman. He's having a conversation with second base umpire.
I don't think they like him pulling up his trousers as much as he has to.
That'll bring to the plate the catcher for Frostburg State and Johnny Antonelli. He was 0 for 2 today as he looks at that one outside for ball 1.
He's having to pull those trousers up after every pitch.
He's probably burned a lot of calories out there this week. Hit well. Left center field, ranging over is Meadows to his right, and he is underneath that one and makes the grab for the second out of the inning.
I don't think he saw that ball until it was about 5 feet from his glove.
I was going to say 10 feet because he kind of put his hands up in the similar, I don't know where it is, I don't know where it is.
The universal, I don't got it gestures.
But he obviously got a good jump because he was right in the vicinity. You can see right here, he's like, wait, I don't know.
I don't got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, that he was trying to bluff the runner first.
Runner goes, throw is low for ball 1, and throw down a second is late, and a stolen base for Bone.
If that was nothing more than a deke he was attempting on the runner, that's 4D chess.
Yes.
That you are playing on my chessboard. Just need to remind you that.
As established.
1-0 pitch, breaking pitch in there for a strike, 1-1.
Second stolen base for Bone. 6 overall for this Frostburg State team, yet to be caught.
Definitely hot to trot this afternoon.
Carmichael 0 for 2 today. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So now Delaman a strike away from getting out of this one. And bringing the bats for Glenville State back up. The 1-2. That one down low. 2-2. Two-two delivery. And that one just misses down low. Full count. Two outs here, top of the 5th inning. 3-run ball game. Frostburg State leading Glenville State. The runner goes. That one delivered down in right field. That's going to get down. And a run will score as Carmichael will slide safely into second base with an RBI double.
Clutch piece of 2-out hitting to send it to the opposite field and dump it into that right field corner. With 2 outs, Bone off on contact.
Yeah, you can see Bone had already started. What may have been an interesting play at the plate became an easy run scored for Frostburg State. And Eric, we saw this yesterday a bunch of times. Every time Point Park scored a run, got a couple runs, Frostburg State responded in their half of the inning. And here again, 5 runs scored by Glenville State at the bottom of the 4th. Frostburg State responded with a run at the top of the 5 just to kind of negate the momentum a little bit.
Tanner Cunningham puts a charge in it out in left field. McNeil circles it and has it for the final out, but Frostburg State answers with a run of their own here in the top of the 5th, 9-5. The Bobcats leading the Pioneers here on the Mountain East Digital Network. Back inside Gomart Ballpark here in the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia for the 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament presented by the Health Plan. Jack Wither alongside Eric Little and Michael Schultz. So glad to have you here on the Mountain East Digital Network. 9-5, Frostburg State leading Glenville State. Frostburg State trying to get to the championship game without a loss. University of Charleston waiting as they got the victory earlier today over Concord. University of Charleston probably thinking, let's take this thing to extra innings. Why don't you guys?
Charleston would like to see this game continue to the 46th.
Cody Sharman, the left-handed pitcher, back out on the mound. He'll go from the stretch, working from the third base side of the rubber. As Jacob Meadows, the center fielder, will lead things off, and a pitch inside for ball 1. 1-0 delivery. Fastball in there for a strike, evens things up.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say if we go 46 innings, Dellerman's not going to be pitching for Glenville State at the end. I'm not going to put a lot of money on that, by the way, but I'm going to guess he won't be there at the end.
I'm not sure I'll take that action.
Well, I did say not a lot. I'll put a quarter on it.
We go 46 innings, and Anthony Williams and Jimmy Mullins may be pitching.
I think they settle it with a dizzy bat race.
There you go. 2-1 delivery. Bunt laid down. The pitcher and Sharman will field it, not in time. A beautiful bunt by Jacob Meadows. Meadows reached on a walk back in the fourth, came around and scored, and this time he reaches on an infield bunt. Single, and that will bring up
Adam Bright.
Yep.
Eric labeled the Mountain East Conference an outstanding bunting league yesterday, and it's been on display here.
I stand by that.
Yeah, some really good bunts laid down here this afternoon between these two teams. Keep waiting for him to prove you wrong.
Shortstop Adam Bright.
Taught well and executed well in this league.
And pitch inside on Bright, 1-0.
More importantly, lead runner on. And when you're up 4 runs, that's the last thing you want is put the lead runner on.
Frostburg's got Ty Morris warming up in their bullpen, a guy we've seen a couple times in this tournament.
1-0 pitch from Sharman. That went in there for a strike, evens it up, 1-1. Bright walk, came around and scored, part of that 5-run fourth inning for the Pioneers. Cody Sharman, again working from the stretch, checks the runner at first a couple of times, and now delivers in as that one's grounded foul down the third baseline. 1-2 strikes on Adam Bright. Michael, you going over to the regatta to see Winona Judd when she comes to town?
Well, I'm going to camp out the night before.
That's sure what I figured.
My folding lawn chairs.
We were talking about line dancing earlier.
Yeah.
Her and Melissa Etheridge on the same night. Watch out. Sponsored by AARP, by the way. As a throw over to first base.
You know I love live music.
I need more of that in my life, I think.
Live music?
Yeah, that's going to be my goal for the summer.
I'm coming to see Montel Jordan the night before.
Bow Wow?
Just Bow Wow now, that's right.
Yeah, no more.
He's grown up.
No more little Bow Wow. He's a grown man now.
Adult Bow Wow.
Big Bow Wow.
You two are so hip, it hurts.
Bobby Brown also coming. One ball, 2 strikes. Sharman again checks the runner, now delivers to the plate. That one bounces in, and a stolen base by Meadows. As the throw came in late, but he kind of tippy-toed around the bag, kept his foot on the bag.
Yeah, Bowman claiming that Bright came off the bag, didn't see it.
We'll get another look here. Got there, and the tag stayed, and so did Meadows.
Yeah, I said Bright. It was Meadows. I think Meadows thought maybe that ball scooted away from the catch a little bit further than it did. So it was awfully close.
Bright peering over to the first base dugout and now makes eye contact with Sharman. Breaking pitch, ripped right back up the box. Here comes Meadows around third. They're waving him on, and he'll score easily with no throw. An RBI single for Adam Bright. And that's his 37th RBI of the season. And Glenville State gets a run back, and here comes Anthony Williams back out of the Frostburg State dugout.
And that's a nice job by Glenville State answering that run put up by Fairmont State in the top half of the fifth. So Glenville State, I feel like now they've got the momentum back on their side.
We'll have another pitching change here in the bottom of the fifth. Frostburg State leading Glenville State 9-6 here on the Mountain East Digital Network.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
New pitcher for Frostburg State, a right-hander, 6'4" grad student out of Hampstead, Maryland, Ty Morris, will make his way to the mound here. .3-2 record on the season in 18 appearances. He's got a couple starts. 35 and a third innings pitched, 34 hits, 18 runs, 16 earned. 12 walks and 20 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting .258 against the righty. A 4.08 ERA. Transfer from Marist. No outs and Bright at first base for designated hitter Zach Laurie. And a first pitch swinging, fly ball left field. Shalik underneath. He'll make the grab for the first out of the inning. So one pitch, one out for Ty Morris.
That's a huge item there for Morris. Glenville State has now scored 6 of the last 7 runs in this game. They've got a little life and some confidence, and they're in a situation. And who would have thought they'd get there the way this thing started? The tying run's on deck.
Ashton Crace, the right fielder, will step in. And a first pitch swinging, ground ball right side. They'll try to get the lead runner. They do, but the transfer will not be completed. Right out at second base, 2 down.
I thought that was a risky play.
Yeah.
The ball carried Ryan Boma a long way to his left.
Yeah, I thought maybe the easier throw would have been at first base, but that's why you and I are setting up here.
That and we're old.
That's true. 2 down for Gavin Blair, the second baseman. Blair 1 for 2 today as he looks at that fastball down and in for ball 1. Blair drove in a run. He has also struck out today. The 1-0 pitch, off speed, and a swing and a miss.
You mentioned Ty Morris from Marist College, Jack. Can you tell me who the best-known athlete from Marist College?
Can I call a friend?
You may not.
It's going to be tough then. 1-1. That one right back up the middle as Crace will slide in safely at third base. Crace did not slow down around second as the throw came in from Cunningham. And now runners at the corners with 2 outs.
And now would you believe the tying run is at the plate? Down 8-0. Did it look like Glenville State would bring the tying run to the dish? And here they are.
Grayson McNeil 0 for 2 today. As he looks at the first pitch from Morris inside for ball 1. Grace down at third, Blair at first base. One-0 pitch, and that one popped up and out of play over top the concourse, down the third base side. 1-1 account on Grayson McNeil, is 0 for 2 today. He flew out to left field and then grounded it over to first base in a fielder's choice. 1-1 pitch, takes that one inside for ball 2.
Correct answer, Rick Smits.
Ooh.
7'4" Dutchman, second pick in the NBA draft. I think 1988, played all 4 years. Back when good basketball players played all 4 years at Marist College.
2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Took a big old cut at that off speed.
The Red Foxes.
Back in the days of Larry Bird going against Magic Johnson, 2 6'9" guards. 2-2, runner goes at first, but that one fouled off down the first base line.
Ty Moore is 6'4". He's got good size, grad student, but a full foot shorter than Rick Smits.
That was about the last days of me watching the NBA, and then I just... The Detroit Pistons came in. I watched them. But then after that, I was just kind of done with the NBA. 2-2 delivery again. That one shot into the middle, and that'll score another run past the diving Carmichael at shortstop. The throw comes quickly in, and Blair dives back safely into the bag.
Eric, we talked about this Glenville State yesterday. Team being gritty and gutty. And what a gritty, gutty performance.
I can't believe it.
Down 8-0. And they have fought back here by the 5th inning, down 9-7. They're not done yet.
Go ahead run now at the plate.
They've only got 6 hits in this game. I've got them for 5. The board has them for 6.
All coming in the last 2 innings. As a breaking pitch in there for a strike on the catcher in Luke Swigert. 6 hits on the
that'll be the one.
0-1 pitch upstairs. 1-1 the count on Swigert. Just saw another live chicken delivered to Glenville State's dugout.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They need another one.
Frostburg State is looking for a poulterer themselves.
1-1 down the line, foul. Just when a bucket of KFC will not work.
I'm not sure who pitches tomorrow for Glenville State if they make it that far, but I'm sure they'd love to find out.
Dellerman.
They may just ask for the ball to be put on a tee.
The 1-2 pitch swung on. That one shot out into right field. Hall ranging back. He'll have it for the final out. But Glenville State plating 2 runs here in the bottom half of the 5th. It's a 2-run ball game, 9-7. Frostburg State leading here on the Mountain East Digital Network.
Tomorrow's innovators, teachers, caregivers, researchers, leaders, and creators all have one thing in common. They started out just like you. At West Liberty University, you are the focus. This is a place where you will gain the skills, knowledge, and confidence to change your life and the world around you. It all starts here, with you. Visit westliberty.edu to start your journey. It's all here at West Liberty University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
9-7 your score. Frostburg State leading Glenville State through 5 innings. Frostburg State 9 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Glenville State 7 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. As Zach Dellerman drags himself back out on the mound for the Pioneers. As you say, Michael, yeoman's work this week for Dellerman.
I was thinking more Iron Man, but yeoman's work would fit as well.
Yeah.
Manny Hall will come to the plate to lead things off for the Bobcats. All 1 for 1. He has walked twice.
I think the ultimate tiebreaker for these two teams would be a thumb war between Dellerman and Jackson Shalick.
Hall scored twice as well. As the first pitch swinging a ground ball down the first baseline. And Colby Guy will take it unassisted as he scoops it up and touches the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out for Zach Dellerman. And Olmo has switched over to the third base dugout. Speaking of Jackson Shalick, he'll step to the plate, 2 for 3 on the afternoon.
I would just like to know what the hours look like for Zach Dellerman when he's not at the ballpark. What is that routine like for his arm or shoulder? Is it heat? Is it ice?
A combo, probably.
Yeah, at some point. I mean, to me, that he's able to do this and to be this effective. And this isn't even one of those 100 pitches, major league kind of things. He has thrown a lot of pitches this week on a lot of different days and managed to keep guys on their toes.
And still struggling with the throw back to him right now.
That's Sun Vicious atop the press box.
Yeah, he's saying to Luke Swigert, dude, do not throw it up in the sun, please.
2-0 pitch swung on, and that one lifted foul down the third baseline.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that's a conversation they've had in the dugout between innings.
And Shalick 2 for 3.
This is not an event
Grand
where you
slam
can,
home run.
This is not an event where you can keep the foul balls. I'd like to know what the percentage of balls put in play versus balls lost.
2-1 pitch, just off the plate. 3-1.
I will say that when I parked across the street, there was a fine, upstanding gentleman who offered to sell me 3 foul balls for $9.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, I'd take that.
He said the price was normally $21. I don't know what the market is that he says that, but
3-1 pitch misses high and outside for ball 4.
Honestly,
so 1 out walk.
Shalick has driven in 12 runs in this tournament. That's not the worst outcome there.
Nope. And he had the grand slam earlier. Back in the top half of the second inning. So one runner on and 1 out for Jake Holler. And he looks at that one inside and low for ball 1.
Dellerman puts both hands on his head as if to say, what was wrong with that?
59 pitches now for Dellerman. 1-0 delivery. Hit well into left field, ranging back towards the wall is McNeil, and he'll haul it in on the warning track for out number 2 as Shalick retreats back to first base. Was hit on the screws.
And remember, it was Holler's home run that chased Ruiz and brought Dellerman into this game in the second inning. Dellerman got the last 2 outs of the second. Has thrown the third, the fourth, the fifth, and now the 6th without any further run, with only 1 run.
You can see in that replay it was a warning track shot.
Runner goes, no throw. Ball 1 to Jordan.
Make that 7 of 7 stolen bases for the Bobcats.
Third baseman Settles in on the right side of the plate, swung on, and now in grounded foul down the third baseline, just barely.
Yeah, not by much at all.
Jordan dropped down a beautiful bunt in the first inning that brought home the second run. That's a point of the game where it looked like Frostburg State, they may not have been as offensively minded as they were the last few days, kind of squeezing out some runs, trying to maximize that first inning. And then the second happened.
The 1-1 pitch. Jordan takes that one inside for ball 2. Seventh stolen base here today for Frostburg State. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Came upstairs with the fastball.
Eric, you're learning how little Jack listens to me.
Maybe
you should be used to that, Michael.
Maybe I should have sat between the two of you.
Time is called, and Swigert will go out to talk to Zach Dellerman.
No, I don't think he's talking to Dellerman. He's going to start with the home plate umpire.
No, I'm talking about the catcher, and Swigert is out talking to. See, you don't listen to me either. Mullins out of the dugout talking to plate umpire and Greg Losh, not Jeff.
To be fair, I only don't pay attention to you when you're talking, so all other times I do.
Jack just wants to be heard.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dellerman sets and delivers a breaking pitch, ground ball, third base side. Fielded by De Jesus and across the diamond for a strike and a third out, and Dellerman is pumped up as he comes off the field. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, 9-7 Frostburg State leading Glenville State here on the Mountain East Digital Network. Bottom of the 6th inning. Frostburg State leading Glenville State. Ty Morris, the right-handed pitcher, back out on the mound for the Bobcats. And action still taking place in both bullpens.
Now, looking at my Glenville State offensive scorecard, it kind of defies description. First 3 innings, Frostburg State faced the minimum. And then Glenville State sent 9 to the plate in the 4th inning, and they scored 5 times. They sent 7 to the plate in the 5th, and they scored twice. And you talk about a famine, then feast. That's what Glenville State has done today.
First baseman Colby Guy will lead things off for the Pioneers. He's 1 for 2 today. He has knocked in 2 runs. And takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1.
Even if this is their final game here in this tournament, make no mistake about it, Glenville State has not been shortchanged.
Moore's peering in. The 1-0 pitch. And that went in there for a strike. 1-1.
They certainly hope to do much more, but down 8-0 to make this a 9-7 game, that's impressive.
1-1 delivery upstairs, 2-1. And I haven't seen him here this week, but I imagine he went down to Salem. And the mayor of Campbell's Creek, the athletic director, Jesse Skiles for Glenville State. Right down there celebrating that Pioneers softball championship. Give a shout out to him. Always good to see Jesse. 3-1 to count on Colby Guy.
They may have to clean up the party pretty quick and make their way back up to Charleston.
Oh, I'm sure they will. You may see the entire softball team for Glenville State here tomorrow if they make it.
If the baseball team's here, I guarantee you the softball team will be too.
And that pitch off the plate for ball 4.
Yeah, my guess at this point, they've probably taken over a Waffle House someplace to celebrate.
Waffles.
I don't think we're to the Waffle House portion of the evening yet, but they'll get there.
Eric, it's always the proper time for Waffle House.
That's 24/7.
Exactly. Glad you're with me on this.
Carlos De Jesus, the third baseman, will step in. No outs and a runner aboard as he looks at that one across the plate for strike 1.
I used to say that's how minor league baseball knew how to put a team in a certain city. That city has at least one Waffle House. You know, there's a ball club there somewhere.
0-1 pitch, ground ball. Boma, they get one, and the transfer over for the 4-6-3 double play.
Second twin killing for that middle infield today, and what a time. Again, a 2-run ball game, and Glenville State had the leadoff man aboard for the third consecutive inning. It is definitely something Frostburg State needed to nip in the bud.
Leadoff hitter, center fielder Jacob Meadows will step to the plate. 1-for-1. He has walked twice, scored twice. As he looks at that one in there, a strike from Morris.
Morris now having some problems seeing the throw back from the catcher. Just signaled to Antonelli.
Well, you
please lower.
He's throwing out of the shadow into the sun now. So a couple things working against Morris. 0-1 pitch, and the bunt attempt is fouled.
He just needs to be one of those pneumatic tubes from the bank, you know, just
hit the button.
Yep. Send it up, take the ball back.
Just don't forget to sign it.
Yeah.
Then you send it right back to you, and you kind of feel
pool
embarrassed.
Canister.
Yeah.
You're such a rule follower, Jack.
And just make sure the sucker comes back with the cash check.
Yes.
0-2 pitch. Swung on. And off the glove of Carmichael. He was shaded over towards the middle infield, and I thought that was going to be a routine play for him, but he may have been looking back into the sun as well.
I think you're 100% right, Jack. He's got those shades on, but when that sun is right there in back of that press box and you're looking right into it, there's just not a lot any sunglasses can do.
Let's see if they give that an error or a hit.
It's going to be a tough luck error because he lost in the sun.
And they gave a single to Meadows. Maybe the official scorer lost it in the sun. As we'll have another pitcher for Frostburg State. We'll take a break. We'll come back and tell you who it is.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there? At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Welcome back inside Gomart Ballpark here in downtown Charleston, West Virginia. 9-7 your score. Frostburg State over Glenville State, and a new pitcher for Frostburg State and Joey Serafin.
19th outing of the season for Joey Serafin, 2.88 ERA. He's got 7 saves this year, so he's been the preferred stopper for Frostburg State this season. In 34 1/3, he has given up 34 hits, 11 earned runs, 27 strikeouts, 10 walks. Opponents hitting just .254 against Joey Serafin.
So he'll take over with a runner aboard at first base as Meadows and 2 outs. And shortstop Adam Bright.
Interesting situation to bring in your closer, Joey Serafin. 18 appearances, 34 innings pitched. So he doesn't generally go much past an inning, but brought in the bottom of the 6th to try to nip whatever Glenville State may have going with 2 outs in the bud.
One thing about using starters out of the bullpen is they do tend to take a little bit longer to get loosened up. So now I think you may see him use these short relievers to get out of an inning and then use somebody that's got some more length on him starting the next inning.
First pitch to Bright, runner goes, swing and a miss, the throw down, offline will get into center field, and that'll allow Meadows to move up 90 feet to third base. And that ball just sailed out of the hands of Antonelli. Head coach Anthony Williams won a little obstruction call.
Antonelli a little bit slow out of his crouch with that throw. Tried to hurry it. Just got it on the right field side.
If you're trying to draw that batter interference obstruction call, you just got to go through it like a point guard trying to draw a charge and hope you get that call.
A 1 pitch coming from Serafin, and a fastball misses down and away for ball 1.
Eric, on your point, I get you're going maybe to your true relievers at this point, but this is your closer. And you pretty much know coming in the 6th, he's not going to last the rest of the game.
Well, I'd argue the game's on the line. The tying runs here at home plate. I think that might be the mentality, too.
Except it was 2 outs, runner on first.
1-1 pitch. Just falls outside of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike on Adam Bright.
I don't think there's any way Joey Serafin finishes this game, if that's what you're saying, no.
No, but I wonder if there was not one more option. Try to squeeze 2 innings out before maybe asking Serafin to go 2 innings.
Right.
To finish it.
2-1 pitch is lifted foul. 2-2 the count.
That's why we're sitting up here and we're not managing in the dugout.
And they know their personnel far better than we do. I will say this, though, the beneficiary of all this is Charleston, because Frostburg State, for the first time really since Thursday, dipping into their bullpen.
Two from Serafin, a fastball outside, full count now for Bright.
And sometimes that's part of a scouting report. Teams know, hey, if you work them a little bit, you get into that bullpen, then you never know what happens. Sometimes that starting pitching can be a veneer, and beneath that surface level, you can expose some cracks.
Payoff pitch, swung on, fly ball, center field. Cunningham underneath it, makes the catch for the final out as we are through 6 here at Gomart Ballpark. 9-7, Frostburg State leading Glenville State on the Mountain East Digital Network.
Davis and Elkins College continues leading the way, and we did not slow down, even during the global health crisis. We have secured private donations and grant funding to support our growing, successful, and now accelerated nursing programs. Davis and Elkins nursing graduates have repeatedly posted 100% passing rates on nursing boards and are sought after by health organizations of all sizes, specialties, and locations. They need nurses, and we train the best.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The Health Plan. Here for you.
Welcome back inside Gomart Ballpark. We go to the top of the 7th. 9-7, Frostburg State leading Glenville State, and Zach Dellerman back out on the mound. And Boma will lead things off for Frostburg State. And again, I'll throw a lob back over to my broadcast partner and Eric Little. Eric, take it away, buddy.
Thank you so much. One-hand catch, back corner of the end zone.
As always.
Ryan Boma leads off for Frostburg State against Zach Dellerman. Different ball game than when I last called play-by-play. The pitch, Boma lifts it up to the left side. The shortstop, Adam Bright, calling off Carlos De Jesus. One away. I tossed it to Jack. This was an 8-0 Frostburg State lead, but Glenville State struck for 5 in the 4th, and then when Frostburg State answered with 1 in the 5th, Glenville State had 2 more in the 5th to make it 9-7. And is this it for Zach Dellerman? What a performance. A bear hug for his catcher, Luke Swigert. He must have been on a pitch count. He must have hit that pitch count today, and he gave it all out there today.
Just an incredible performance. Not just today, but last night came in, pitched 5 innings. Closed it out with a 5-inning relief stint against Point Park to get him into this game. And he came in and he pretty much shut down a Frostburg State team that through 2 games and 2 innings had been unstoppable. Just an absolutely gritty, gutty Iron Man performance from number 4.
This ovation, all of these hugs, 100% deserved, 100% earned for Zach Dellerman. He leaves after the first out of the top of the 7th. We'll come back. 9-7 your score. Frostburg State leads it. Nobody on, 1 away. Back after this from Charleston.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
After an Ironman performance by Zach Dellerman, Glenville State goes to the bullpen here in the 7th inning. William Chu takes over. The first pitch to Zane Bone. The Submariner Chu fires low and in for a ball. The 1-0 from William Chu. Called strike 1 on the edge. 9-7 Frostburg State. Batting in the top of the 7th, nobody on. 4th pitcher of the day for Glenville State, William Chu. The 1-1.
Chu, 5'10" senior out of Taipei, Taiwan. By way of SUNY Maritime before ending up in the heart of Calhoun County, West Virginia.
Breaking ball. Called strike.
I'm pretty sure it's Gilmer County.
It is Gilmer County.
But he may have visited the heart of Calhoun County at one time.
Yeah.
I can see you getting lost.
Chu falls on his way down the mound.
Speaking of getting lost.
Fires that one inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chu's on for the 23rd time this year. He's thrown 32 2/3 innings. This is his first outing of this tournament. 10 earned runs, 35 hits, 17 strikeouts, just 4 walks against William Chu. Another walk here. That one is upstairs to Bone. He walks for the second time today.
He's got an interesting sidearm motion. Not quite a submariner, but close.
The line on Dellerman, 5 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. He's headed back to the bullpen, I think, just for moral support.
Right, go get warm again.
He's got some more hugs to give or to receive.
I'd say that's ridiculous, but he did that yesterday while he was still actively pitching. Went down to the bullpen, threw some balls.
Johnny Antonelli takes a cold strike.
By the way, the folks in Grantsville, West Virginia, perked up when they heard Calhoun County mentioned.
Yeah,
I'll bet they did.
I have a history of getting Calhoun and Gilmer mixed up, so my bad to all the people in both of them.
The Morrises forgive you. 1 strike to Antonelli. Runner goes. Strike 2. The throw hops in, and Bowen in safely.
It's at this point that I remind everyone my name is Jack Withrow.
That mail comes to the University of Charleston, care of Jack Withrow.
Correct.
Antonelli in search of his first hit of the game. It's much needed insurance here for Frostburg State. The pitch popped out of play to the sweet level. I think you go with Chu here after Dellerman because of such an extreme arm angle and how much of a different look this is.
Much different look.
And again, with the pitcher in the sun, hitters in the shade, tough to pick up anyway, but then that adds another layer to it. The 2-strike pitch. Antonelli lifts it down the line and right. This is going to be trouble. A long run for everybody. And Blair can't get there. It falls in. Antonelli's at first. The throw comes to third. Bone moves up there on a bloop single into right field by Johnny Antonelli.
Antonelli just reached out, went with the pitch, and it was a seeing eye single.
Guy was the closest. Crace had the longest run. Blair had the best angle.
You can say, I thought for a moment Blair might have had it. He was there in time.
And remember, he's drifting from sun to shade as well. No, I thought he had it also. A bunt from C.J. Carmichael back to the pitcher. Chu throws to first just in time to retire Carmichael. A bang play. Bone holds at third. Antonelli moves to second base. It's the second out of the inning. A close play. Chu makes a great throw. And Swigert, the catcher, telling him all the way. 1-1-1.
You can see in this replay. Wow.
That is infinitesimally close.
Can't argue with the word or the concept. You are right.
Here's Tanner Cunningham. Inside for a ball. I wasn't 100% sure it was a word, but
you were confident, though.
I just kept adding to each syllable. How words are formed. They're in scoring position with 2 outs for Tanner Cunningham. 1-0 pitch from William Chu. A bluff to second base, and they had Antonelli napping, but nobody covering the bag.
By the way, Michael, the Calhoun County is home of the West Virginia Wood Festival and West Virginia Molasses Festival.
And
I've heard of the Molasses Festival, never heard of the Wood Festival.
And after I got Calhoun and Gilmer County mixed up, I'm not going to be the king of either of those. Pretty sure of that at this point.
I don't imagine they use pine tar out there on their baseball bats. They probably use molasses.
Crickets.
I know, right? That's how you know the best jokes get no response. Here's the 2-0. Chu misses high, maybe away. Calhoun County is also home to West Virginia's only dark sky park, internationally certified dark sky park. Good place for stargazing.
Time is called. A little shoe maintenance down at third base.
Came for the baseball. You're leaving with knowledge.
Yeah.
We try to infotain around here.
Yeah.
Bone at third, Antonelli at second. 9-7 Frostburg State clinging to a 2-run lead here in the top of the 7th inning. The 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, a strike to Tanner Cunningham. I'd take all the way too. 3-0, first base open. But boy, if you're Glenville State, you really don't want to get the bases full with a law firm of Hall, Shalick, Holler, Jordan, and Booma to follow. The 3-1. A dribbler. Chu off the mound. Fields throws on the run in time to get the third out of the inning. So Chu puts 2 on through a walk and a single and gets out of the inning unscathed. And this game will head to the 7th inning stretch. Still a 2-run ball game. Frostburg State 9, Glenville State facing 11. They got facing elimination. They got 7. On to the bottom of the 7th on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network. Bottom of the 7th, Glenville State with another chance to try to get back and cut further into this 9-7 Frostburg State lead. Joey Serafin remains on the hill for Frostburg State against the 3-4-5 hitters of Glenville State. And they got 9 offensive outs with which to work. So at the very least, Glenville State will get to the top of the order once more. But you have to think this is the part of the order that really needs to get it done if it's going to happen today. And maybe this is why Joey Serafin was inserted into this part of the game with these heart of the order hitters coming up.
3-4-5 due up for Glenville State. That truly would be 4D chess. That was part of the thinking.
Zach Laurie takes the ball low and away. Serafin came on to retire Adam Bright, get the final out of that 6th inning in relief of Ty Morris. Laurie 0 for 2, reached on a walk today. The 1-0 from Serafin. Cranked into right center field, a long run. It drops. Tanner Cunningham dives, makes the catch on the short hop. And Laurie on with the leadoff single here in the 7th inning.
It's actually a great job by Cunningham. Dove for it, but kept that ball in front of him. Actually able to get his glove on it. He doesn't come up with that cleanly, and that's possibly 2-bagger from Laurie, who's not the swiftest of foot, but still. You can see right there.
Outside of innings 4 and 5, Glenville State's not had a lot going offensively, but that's the 5th time in 7 innings that the Pioneers have had the leadoff runner aboard. Here's Ashton Crace. Strike call. 70 degrees at first pitch. The sun is going down, the breeze picking up. A little bit of a chill in the air. Glenville State fighting for their tournament lives. The 0-1. Crace knocks it into center field. A base hit, didn't get all of it, got enough of it. And now the go-ahead run comes to the plate for Glenville State with nobody out in the 7th inning.
Not sure you saw that, but Ryan Bowman, the second baseman, put his hands up as soon as he heard the ball. He never saw it, never broke on it, never saw it. So right now the sun is brutal on these fielders for Frostburg State.
We've talked about it. Again, the sun sets behind home plate here at Gomart Ballpark. So anything hit in the air to center field, brutally tough to deal with. Those middle infielders struggling with it. And the way tonight we've not really seen the entire week. Even the pitcher struggling on the return throw back from the catcher. A mound visit for Frostburg State. And there is action quickly accelerating in that Frostburg State bullpen.
And this goes back, Eric, to what I was saying earlier. I mean, I think it was a gamble to bring in Serafin at that point of the game because he's your closer. And now, what do you do if you're Frostburg State?
It's possible they also could have been betting on him to be the tourniquet and prevent any further damage with the expectation that your offense would go get some breathing room, some insurance runs. And that part hasn't happened yet for Frostburg State.
Yeah, officially only 1/3 of an inning for Serafin. He's going to be left on the mound.
Yeah, I think that work just happened in the Frostburg bullpen. So another ball gets away from that bullpen. I think that's another byproduct of guys getting loose quickly is you're seeing more balls get away from the bullpen. We keep blaming the catchers and the pitchers, but it's really just the accelerated process. When anything is rushed, it gets sloppy.
Spoken like a former bullpen catcher. Always blaming the pitchers.
Gavin Blair, 2 hits and an RBI today. I never had a catch in one of these bullpens that was on the field of play. That's a different wrinkle here that you don't see in a ton of ballparks anymore. 2 on, nobody out. The pitch to Blair. Low for ball 1. Glenville State's next hit will have them level in the hit category with Frostburg State. That seemed almost unthinkable early in this one. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. An hour and a half ago, this was decidedly Frostburg State's ball game, and you were thinking that you would be more likely to see by this point of the game the mercy rule more than the go-ahead run for Glenville State. But here we are, the 1-1, foul to the screen.
I was thinking of moving up my reservations for dinner to 7 at that point.
Where was the reservation?
Bricks and Barrels.
Convenient.
Short stroll. Your golf cart awaits. The 1-2. Ball 2 outside.
Just outside.
We have seen some hitters take some very, very close pitches in this tournament. Boma again at second, shading the sun from his eyes. The 2-2 is lifted into right field. Tough play. Manny Hall can't get there. It's down. They'll put on the brakes for Adam Bright at third. And the bases are loaded with nobody out for Grayson McNeil.
Yeah, I think with 2 outs, you might have seen that runner go. But with no outs, you have a potentially big inning. May as well be conservative on the base paths.
Again, 10 hits apiece. And for Glenville State, 8 of those 10 hits have come in the last 3 innings, 5, 6, and 7. The tying runs at second. The go-ahead runs at first. Here's Grayson McNeil, 9-7 Frostburg State, swing and a miss.
Got to confess, yesterday I watched the end of that Charleston-Glenville State game, walked in here and said, what the heck was that? Didn't think I'd see a more amazing thing happen in this tournament, but this comeback from Glenville State is what the heck is happening?
McNeil takes one eye high, 1-1. This thing is unraveled in a hurry for Frostburg State, and the momentum has been with Glenville State for a long time. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And again, Frostburg State has led throughout, but even down 9-7, all the mojo right now with the Pioneers. Camden Sowers, we saw him out of the bullpen the other day. He's warming up for Frostburg State. The 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 consecutive singles to open the inning. Zach Laurie at third, Ashton Crace at second, Gavin Blair at first base. Do the Pioneers have one more trick up their sleeves in the late innings today? Down 8-0 at one point. They've crawled back to make it a 9-7 ball game. Trying to prolong their stay in West Virginia's capital city. 2-2. McNeil ready. Here it comes. Swung on, hit into left field. Shayla Cover can't get there. It drops. Run scores. It's 9-8. The ball gets away. Here comes the tying run, and they can't corral it behind the plate. It's still going. We're tied at 9. Laurie scored. That was a given, but when the ball got away and rolled along the backstop like a hockey puck in the corner of a rink, Antonelli couldn't corral it. No play at the plate. Crace scores, and we're tied at 9. Unbelievably.
And it goes back to where Mullins held the runner up at third, and Michael, you were correct. Why chance it and get an out and no runs? But now you got an opportunity for a big inning here.
Nice piece of hitting, went opposite way. That's where the pitch was. For just a moment, you thought that maybe, possibly, Shalick had a play on it, but he pulled up.
Yanked the throw at third base, and it got away from Drew Jordan. And when it did, Crace trotted home. Antonelli couldn't handle it. Serafin leaves this game after facing 4 guys in the 7th and not retiring any of them. New pitcher coming on. We'll tell you about him after this. We're tied at 9. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th. This one far from over in Charleston.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
They were numbers.
We're tied at 9, 2 on with nobody out. Luke Swigert on the catcher to bat against the 5th pitcher of this game, Camden Sowers, a righty out of York, Pennsylvania, as Frostburg State continues to go deeper and deeper into a bullpen that has continued to be unable to stop the surge of these Pioneers.
Sowers making his 19th appearance. All but 4 of those in a relief role. 4.46 ERA. He's got 1 save to his credit. 38.1 and 38 and a third inning, sorry. And he inherits a difficult situation. 2nd and 3rd, no outs. Trying to put a lid on this kind of culmination of a Glenville State rally.
And Swigert bounces it foul to the on-deck circle for strike 1. Sowers came on in relief of Game 1 starter John Smith. This is Thursday against Charleston. In 3 1/3, allowed a run on 4 hits, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. So he's pinching on just 1 day's rest. Go ahead, run at third. Swigert takes the ball high, 1-1. I think you were pointing, Jack. Zach Dellerman has found a place
right in front of us.
Stands below us, and
he's tracking pitches now.
That is now ice on the shoulder. He's getting ready for tomorrow. The 1-1 to Swigert. That's high. 2 balls and a strike. I think when he was going to the bullpen to hug and pump those guys up, I kind of feel like Frostburg State's coaching staff was going to come out to the mound or the umpires and say, "Hey, he can't come back in, right? He's done for real, huh?"
Please tell me we've seen the last of him.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Swigert.
Swigert had a big cut on that fastball.
He's got an RBI and a sacrifice fly today. Knotted at 9 in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 on, nobody out. The 2-2. Tap foul. Glenville State has scored 9 of the last 10 runs in this game. They did not get on the board until the 4th. Down 8-0 through 3.5. They scored 5 in the 4th. Frostburg State added 1 in the 6th, and then 2 each in the 5th and 7th to tie it. They're not done. The 2-2 high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And who better than Frostburg State, ironically enough, to know that a ball game can swing completely in the opposite direction. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, and a big strikeout for Sowers. 1 away.
85-mile-per-hour fastball over the outside part of the plate. Another good cut by Swigert. But came up nothing but air.
They have decided to intentionally walk Colby Guy to bring Carlos DeJesus to the plate with 1 away. They'll want the double play here. I think this is more about setting up the double play than it is pitching around Colby Guy.
Colby Guy did have a double back in the 4th inning, but I agree with you.
And that certainly is an added benefit. Time called.
You can see infielders on the left-hand side, all with their sunglasses down. That sun has got to be looking at them. You see the shadows right before second base.
It's moved beyond the mound. Carlos DeJesus is the 7th hitter this inning for Glenville State. 2 runs home, bases full, 1 away. Sowers fires, DeJesus pops it out of play, right side. Glenville State suffered probably the most improbable loss to date in this tournament, down or leading 4-2 going into the final play with 2 outs. They lost at 5-4 to Charleston. Charleston also involved in Frostburg State's most interesting game of the tournament. DeJesus takes ball 1. Frostburg State down 6-0 to Charleston on Thursday before roaring back to score the game's final 12 runs on the way to a win. The Golden Eagles, ironically enough, waiting in the wings. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jacob Meadows on deck. He's got 2 hits today. Glenville State now out hitting Frostburg State 11-10. The 1-2 foul to the screen. Grayson McNeil's RBI single brought home 1. And a throwing error from left field brought home the 2nd. Glenville State victimized by a disastrous throw-in from the outfield yesterday. They benefit from 1 today. Time called. What an odyssey they have been on as a team in the last 36 hours. Not even that. Is this a pitch-com issue? It appears to be.
As I like to say, technology is wonderful when it works.
You know, I like to say that too.
You do. That's kind of the story of our life.
Just drop.
What do we call that, Jack? D2, baby. D2.
1 away, bases full. 9-9 ball game. Sowers, the 1-2. Low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Everybody here at Gomart Ballpark is either on the edge of their seats or too nervous to watch. Top of the order on deck. DeJesus awaits the 2-2. To the screen, we'll see another one. Glenville State continues to work these at-bats, and we've talked about this, Michael. This is the benefit of working these at-bats late in a tournament.
DeJesus, 18 RBIs on the year, looking to add to that total in a big, big part of this ballgame.
Another 2-2 from Sowers. Swing and a miss. A big strikeout of DeJesus. 2 gone. Here's Jacob Meadows. If you had asked me at about 6 o'clock if I thought we would see this game tied, I'm not sure I would have said yes. Cannot count these Pioneers out. Meadows squares to bunt, pulls back. Runner gets a big lead, dives back safely.
Meadows, 8th Pioneer to bat in this inning. And you know, Eric, this has the feel of the Glenville State 4th inning, if you remember, before that big hit where they earned some runs. You felt like, just 2 runs might be a little disappointing. 3. Feel the same way about this inning. 2 in, that's great. But the potential for so much more is still on the table for this Pioneer squad.
Not only that, but that 2-run double by Colby Guy that really took this inning, or that 4th inning from 3 to 5. That made them feel like they had earned something. This inning's played out a little differently, but yeah, you really feel like they would have maxed things out with a hit here. They squared a bunt again, pull back. Strike on the outside corner.
They earned 1 run, but then, of course, that errant throw from Shalick and left got him that 2nd run in this inning.
After Grayson McNeil's hit, the 4th consecutive brought home the 1st. The errant throw brings home the 2nd, then strikeout, intentional walk, strikeout. All after Sowers came in to pitch the 2-1. Cold strike 2 on the outside edge.
Boy, Meadows has turned to bunt the majority of this at-bat. Not sure if he's just daring Sowers to throw strikes.
Camden Sowers trying to get this game back to the dugout, tied at 9, to get his team back to the dugout. The 2-2 pitch, down and in. Nowhere to put Jacob Meadows. Unquestionably the biggest pitch of the game coming right here. Bases full, 2 outs. Meadows, the 8th man to bat this inning. Glenville State with 2 already home. They've tied it at 9. Sowers ready. And he steps off. Not as full as this was at the end of the previous game, but those who are here are making a ton of noise.
Biggest pitch of the game to this point, right here.
Runners will be off, 2 outs. The 3-2 swung on, grounded foul, wide of first base.
You could just feel the collective relief, collective moan, sigh, cheer.
A ton of angst in this ballpark right now. Where else would you want to be, though?
Tahiti. I'd rather be in Tahiti. I'm just being honest.
Tied at 9, bases full. Tournament on the line for Glenville State. Here's another 3-2. Meadows swings it, hits it down the line and left. A long run for Shalick into the corner. He reaches up. He's into the fence.
Nope.
It's a foul ball.
Boy, what an effort from Shalick.
Like Spider-Man trying to crawl up that netting. And did he hurt himself in that corner? Oh, my goodness. Slow to get up. Shalik walking off under his own power. That's good. That Glenville State bullpen, the first on the scene. As well as he's played, you hate to see him have to leave this game because of effort. So Shalik's okay. And Meadows will see another 3-2 pitch from Camden Sowers. What a moment in this game. Bottom of the 7th inning. The 3-2 lifted over the infield into center field for a base hit. Glenville State leads. Blair scores a second run behind him. And the Pioneers have roared all the way back to take an 11-9 lead here in the 7th inning.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I mean, that is just down the middle of the plate. Meadows drove it right up the middle. And to this point, that is probably the biggest hit for Glenville State. Don't want to put anything back, the big one in the 5-run fourth, but it just felt like Glenville State needed more runs to really believe they're earning this.
Adam Bright, the 9th batter this inning for Glenville State. This is the second time they've sent 9 to the plate. The only other time was the 5-run fourth. An eye contact warning issued to Camden Sowers. They're at the corners with 2 outs for Adam Bright, who has an RBI single in the 5th. Toss to first, runner's back. And you got to be careful about tossing to first. That runner at third base, Guy, that ball gets away. He scores. What a set of developments here. Again, Frostburg State has not lost in this tournament. They're 2-0. Runner goes from first, pitches up and in for a ball. Bluff throw from Antonelli. And Meadows swipes without a throw. So 2 more out there for Adam Bright. We could have a 3-way battle royale tomorrow between Charleston, Glenville State, and Frostburg State for the Mountain East Conference title. The 1-0 is inside.
Since we are in the tertiary bracket, that somehow seems appropriate.
We're in the secondary. This result, if it holds, would put us into the tertiary.
I thought we were already in the tertiary bracket.
No. Don't break out the cake yet.
My bad.
That's right. I didn't bother Mr. Amos in this suite when I was up there earlier, but Jack and I want a cake if that happens. It's 2-0. I was on the way there. I was trying to think, what are the conditions that we wanted the cake in case I ran into to read, and I forgot. So when I saw him, I couldn't lobby. Is that if we go to the tertiary bracket?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Well, Commissioner Amos from his throne will just say, let them eat cake.
I would agree. Look at that 3-0 green light. Bright trying to send one out of the West Virginia Turnpike. It's 3-1.
Yeah, that's a confident signal if you're letting your batter swing away at a 3-0 pitch.
You want to know what grip it and rip it means in the baseball dictionary? Go look at that swing. The 3-1. Another huge cut from Bright.
He's trying to make it 14-9.
He was trying to knock a few bricks off of bricks and barrels. First base open. Zach Lurie started this rally. He's on deck. Glenville State leads for the first time. The 3-2 skied out of play toward that hospitality suite. You just have to keep looking at the line scored to realize that it's real. They're at second and third, 2 outs. The payoff pitch to Adam Bright, swung on and fouled off. We'll see another. And Sowers, who came on, is only facing his 5th hitter of this inning. has already thrown 33 pitches this inning. We've had a lot of long innings in this game, a lot of long half innings. This one is the longest, 26 minutes and counting. Adam Bright ready. They're at second and third with 2 outs. Another foul ball from Bright, and there'll be at least one more pitch in this inning.
And this is something the last few innings Glenville State's done really well. Kept at-bats alive, fighting off pitches.
Another 3-2 pitch from Camden Sowers. Bright hits it the other way, gloved at second by Boma. Runs toward first, flips it there, and that ends the inning. But Glenville State sends 9 to the plate in the 7th inning, and they score 4 runs. And after being down 8-0 as late as the bottom of the 4th inning, the Pioneers lead this game 11-9 after 7 from the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship presented by the Health Plan.
Tomorrow's innovators, teachers, caregivers, researchers, leaders, and creators all have one thing in common. They started out just like you. At West Liberty University, you are the focus. This is a place where you will gain the skills, knowledge, and confidence to change your life and the world around you. It all starts here, with you. Visit westliberty.edu to start your journey. It's all here at West Liberty University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
We're down to the nitty-gritty of this ball game, and gritty, a great way to describe this game and the Glenville State Pioneers. Down 8 runs. This resilient team that lost in a heartbreaker at noon yesterday, they rallied back to win a 2-0 ball game last night to get to today. They fall behind 8-0 after 2 innings. They score 5 in the 4th. Frostburg added 1 in the 5th. They answer with 2 in the 5th, and then 4 big ones in the 7th to take their first lead of the day at 11-9. A 45-pitch bottom of the 7th inning for Glenville State. Manny Hall leads it off. First pitch from William Chu is in there for a called strike. Hall has a hit today. He's walked and scored twice. Michael Schultz looking beyond the left field fence at bricks and barrels to make sure his wife hasn't arrived ahead of him.
Just seeing if she's ordered my drink yet.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Michael's married? God, when did that happen?
I don't know. The 1-1.
Huh.
Neither does she.
Michael's dinner companion, my apologies.
Breaking news.
A home run for Hall on Thursday. Fouls it to the screen.
Michael's girlfriend just called me.
2-2.
Yeah.
And said, he's out, you're in, Jack.
I also think that might have caused Commissioner Amos to sit up straight in his chair. Just saying.
Well, the tournament's presented by the Health Plan. We're going to test the cardiac services really quickly.
Do you have a phone number for him? I need it.
Hall, another foul ball, 2-2.
Boy, it seems like it's been forever since we've seen number 6 on the mound for Glenville State.
Again, a 26-minute bottom of the 7th inning. The sun has set and then risen again.
Happy Mother's Day.
It's outside, 3-2. Yeah, it's never a bad time to wish folks a happy Mother's Day. Of course, that is tomorrow. So for a lot of you, once this game's done, hustle out to the 24-hour Walmart and take care of that.
Or Sheets.
Also 24 hours. Better gifts than you think. The 3-2, high and away.
The old flutter, what is it? The flutter butter?
Fluffer
butter.
Fluffer nutter.
Fluffer nutter.
A rose,
Sandwich.
a Sammy.
A rose, a sandwich.
Stay away from the egg salad, though. It's got too much sodium.
Third walk for Manny Hall today. Hey, that sandwich hit the spot. Thank you, Jack.
No problem.
It was delicious last night. Second walk from Chew. Seventh today from Glenville State pitching. Here's Jackson Shalick. That grand slam feels like it landed an eternity ago. He takes a ball from William Chew. There's work in the Glenville State bullpen.
Just trying to figure out what wedding gift I need to get Michael from Sheets.
Gift cards are always a good idea. Candlesticks make a nice gift. Let's turn 2.
Anything's better than the Clamato you gave me for my birthday.
It was the thought that counts.
It did. It was.
Shalick, the tying run for Frostburg State, and another pickoff try. What a ball game. 11-9 Glenville State. Choose 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes.
And that's Chew's version of a fastball. Came in 75 miles per hour. Not very fast, but compared to that big looping curveball that is in the low 60s, that looks pretty fast.
Shalick watches strike 1 on the outside corner. Two balls and a strike. Hall at first. Shalick ready. Chew fires. Inside corner, a called strike. Hits the outside. Here is strike 1. Watch this curve.
It's a little Scroogey.
2-2. Toss to first, and they almost got Hall leaning, and they almost threw it away.
What a great job by Colby Gar. Not letting that ball get past him.
Shalick ready for the 2-2. Hit him on the rump. 2 on with nobody out here in the 8th for Jake Holler.
I mean, that was a 59-mile-per-hour curveball. Shalick saw it come in and said, yeah, this is not going to hurt. I'm just going to stand right here.
I think Shalick had time to eat a sandwich as that one came in. And it looks like we're going to have another pitching change as Jimmy Mullins making his way back out of the dugout and to the mound.
Chew will depart after getting 2 outs in the 7th to close out that inning, and then putting 2 on here in the 8th. So 2/3 of an inning.
Well, we think he's going to depart, but yeah, there's
William
the signal.
Chew.
There's a signal. And the hug.
So Chew departs and leaves these 2 base runners over to the bullpen. 11-9 Glenville State leads. In the top of the 8th, Frostburg State trying to play comeback. Long way to go in this one from the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship presented by the Health Plan. Well, another reliable branch of the trust tree for Glenville State in this game in the 8th inning. Grant Landis makes his first appearance. I thought he might start this game for Glenville State. He comes on in relief of Chu. Landis started through 4 innings against Point Park yesterday. 4 scoreless, 1 hit, 1 walk. He struck out 3, threw 42 pitches before giving away to Zach Dellerman. Landis also relieved in the tournament, or the first game yesterday, an inning of scoreless 2-hit ball. So he pitched twice yesterday, pitching today. And in the tournament's opener against Wheeling, he finished up that game.
Michael Landis, not from the county of Calhoun, but the county of Hampshire, up in a small unincorporated community called Rio, West Virginia.
2 on, nobody out. Holler dribbles it foul, third base side. Landis, an Iron Man in this tournament. On for the 18th time this season. He's thrown 66 2/3 innings, 50 strikeouts to 27 walks. Again, the only guy on this team that's thrown more innings than Landis, I don't think I have to tell you, it's Zach Dellerman.
Hampshire County, Jack. Soft spot in my heart for Hampshire High School. You remember why?
Holler rockets the 0-1 down the left field line, and it is foul.
They were the 8 seed. Came in a couple years ago and defeated the 1 seed.
Only 8 seed
State boys basketball tournament.
State boys basketball history.
The Fairmont State or Fairmont Senior they defeated, or was it Robert C. Byrd? I cannot remember.
I feel like it was RCB.
Yeah.
And you and I called that game.
By the way, the population of Rio, West Virginia, 154. Yee-haw! There's your hee-haw.
I feel like there's a little...
It is Saturday evening, by the way.
Swing and a miss, sign 0-2. Holler down on strikes. The population of Rio, West Virginia, probably at least a few of them are here.
Rio, not Rio.
That's the Ohio one. Do we know that this is not Rio?
I know.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. So it's Rio.
I never challenge Jack when he's speaking West Virginiese.
Drew Jordan at the plate with a chance to tie this game. Manny Hall at second. Jackson Shalick at first here in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch from Landis. That's a strike.
That was a nasty curveball.
Bonus points for you, Michael, if you could tell me the name of the town where Hampshire High School is located.
Romney, West Virginia.
No.
You're welcome.
Baker, West Virginia.
Did you say the high school or the county seat?
I said the high school.
Oh, shoot. My
the
bad.
0-1 popped out of play. You're both wrong. Baker's East Hardy.
That's right. That's in Hardy.
But I am correct that the county seat of Hampshire County is Romney.
I don't know how I got those two confused.
We believe that's a yes.
So, well, it probably is Romney then.
2 on, 1 away.
I think it is Romney. But I know you'll never say I'm right, so.
The 0-2 to Jordan. Ground ball right side, could be 2. They go to second for 1. It's late and dropped, and everybody's safe.
Boy, I hate to say that was a mistake, but Gavin Blair came up with that. I thought he was going to go to first base, just take the shore out. Instead, going away from the second base.
That was a ball very similarly hit to Ryan Boma of Frostburg State, and he did the opposite. He went to first because his momentum was taking him all the way in that direction.
Could get nothing on that throw towards second. As a result, he was going to be safe all around.
So fielder's choice puts Drew Jordan on the base paths. It's an error that puts Shalick at second base. So fielder's choice E6. The 1-0 to Boma is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And now, after Glenville State had worked so hard to take the lead with 1 out in this 8th inning, Frostburg State has the bases full and their first momentum since about the second inning.
Second error for Glenville State, each team with 2.
The 2-0. Popped up, left side, playable at third. No, DeJesus watches it go into the seats. Boma 1 for 4 today. Bases full to 2-1. Ground ball, shortstop, a tailor-made double play. Bright to Blair for 1. Boma beats it out at first base. The run scores. It's 11-10. And Shalick holds the third base. Good hustle for Ryan Boma on a double play ball that was a lot easier to turn than the one they tried to turn a moment ago.
Yeah, Colby guy did a great job not only stretching, but stretching out in front of him, falling down, trying to turn that double play, hang on to it. I think Boma beat the throw anyway.
Yeah, I would agree.
But Guy up quickly, making sure the runner on third didn't score.
Yeah, an excellent job by Guy because, again, you can't spend a lot of time protesting that. A lot of times you'll see that runner from second come around anyway, expecting that bang-bang play to be enough of a distraction to buy you a moment or two to get further down the line. There is action in the Glenville State bullpen, by the way. Grant Landis is the 5th pitcher of the ball game for the Pioneers. RBI for Boma. 11-10 the new score. The pitch to Bone. That's a ball downstairs.
That's where that decision by Blair on the previous batter becomes so important, because that would have been an easy ending put out.
Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. They do go back and charge an error on the fielder's choice that Jordan put into play. Jordan put out second on the Boma batted ball. The 1-1, Bone chases low.
Changed the error count up to 3 for Glenville State.
10-10-2 for Frostburg State, runs, hits, errors. 11-12-3 for Glenville State. Wild game here at Gomart Ballpark. We're only in the top of the 8th inning. They're going to give him third. Landis steps off. He's got a man caught between second and third. They're just going to let him have second first. They're going to let Boma have second base rather than risk giving up the tying run in a cheap fashion. So now Frostburg State with a base hit can reclaim the lead. Shalick at third, Boma at second. The 1-2. Bone taps it foul.
Saw that same kind of play in the game before this. First and third late in the game. Guy on the runner on first just kind of stops between first and second and dares the pitcher make a play. Get me in a rundown. Confident that the run will score before the runner is put out.
Another 1-2 delay. Toss to third. No, almost had Jackson Shalick picked off.
Shalick smiles, gets up, says, ain't nothing but a thing.
And for those of you that are wondering, hey, why is he even risking that off at third base? A wild pitch could tie this game. He's got to be ready for anything at third. Bone awaits the 1-2. Landis steals, swung on, missed, and it's a foul tip. The home plate umpire comes out and makes that call right away. First base was open, too, so that would have been a live ball.
Yeah, if it wasn't a tip, Shalick actually in a position to be tagged out.
Right.
He was running, not sure why he was running.
Another 1-2 from Grant Landis. Here it comes. In the dirt, blocked by Swigert.
Boy, that was not in the dirt. That was about 4 or 5 feet short. Great job by great job by Swigert.
A look at the previous play, the foul tip.
just to the right of the screen on that replay. Didn't see Shalik, but he was right there.
Swing and a miss by Bone on 2-2. And Glenville State retains an 11-10 lead. Thanks to the excellent relief work of Grant Landis out of the Glenville State bullpen. Bottom of the 8th we go. What a ball game in Charleston. Glenville State fighting for their lives. Leads at 11-10 on MEC TV.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there? At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
An epic in Charleston. 11-10 Glenville State over Frostburg State. The Bobcats got one back in the 8th inning. They threatened, but Grant Landis played the role of fireman out of the Glenville State bullpen. This game has had more plot twists and momentum shifts than most Hollywood action thrillers.
You don't get out to the movies much, do you, Eric?
I do not.
Okay. That statement suddenly makes sense, but I agree with you. This has been up, down, left, right. Always look for heroes in games. Right now, it's Dellerman? Landis coming in?
Yeah, Dellerman definitely. Zach Laurie led off the previous inning and grounds the first one to Ryan Bulma, scooped over there. One away. Laurie, Ashton Crace, Gavin Blair against right-hander Camden Sowers.
Don't forget, even though it seems like it was 2 hours ago, Jackson Shalik has got 5 RBIs in this game.
This is going to be one of those games these guys tell their next of kin about. Pitch to Crace, a called strike.
Gavin Blair for Glenville State, 3 of 4, 2 runs scored. He's got an RBI. And this is just nuts.
This game may ruin some Thanksgivings in years to come. Crace lifts at foul, first base side. You're right. This is one of those games that you could sit down an hour after the game when you have some time to decompress, whenever that happens to be, by the way, and pick out so many things that you had forgotten that actually happened. Crace in search of his second hit today. Lifts the 0-2 pitch on the infield. Playable as shortstop. Carmichael, 2 outs. All of a sudden, Glenville State, they were down 8-0 after 2 innings, and into the bottom of the 4th, they trailed by 8. They're in position now to have to find somebody or a few somebodies to get 3 outs in the top of the 9th inning. And they don't want to look ahead. They like to add insurance as Gavin Blair steps in. Sowers fires. It's a strike. Not for nothing, give Camden Sowers some credit. After getting out of that 7th, he's put away 2 quickly here in the 8th. Try to get this game back into the hands of his hitters. Ball high to Gavin Blair. RBI single in the 4th, and he added singles in innings 5 and 6. 3 of Glenville State's 12 hits. The 1-1 from Sowers, high, and he chased it. 1-2. If you're wondering, Frostburg State has hitters 8, 9, and 1. Johnny Antonelli, C.J. Carmichael, Tanner Cunningham scheduled to bat in the 9th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sowers fires, swing and a miss in a 1-2-3 inning. For just the second time today, Glenville State dispatched in order, and this game will go to the 9th inning. Glenville State 11, Frostburg State 10. We don't know how it's going to shake out, but we know you're going to want to be here to see it on the Mountain East Conference Television Network.
Davis and Elkins College continues leading the way, and we did not slow down, even during the global health crisis. We have secured private donations and grant funding to support our growing, successful, and now accelerated nursing programs. Davis and Elkins nursing graduates have repeatedly posted 100% passing rates on nursing boards and are sought after by health organizations of all sizes, specialties, and locations. They need nurses, and we train the best.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
For Glenville State, a new second baseman, Jetzel Cajigas Martinez, comes in to replace Gavin Blair, who just hit. Cajigas Martinez, a defensive replacement. Frostburg State will have hitters 8, 9, and 1 due up. And Johnny Antonelli will be taken down for a pinch hitter against Grant Landis, the Glenville State right-hander who came on in relief and got all 3 outs of the 8th inning.
And continuing
Landon Marple bats here for Frostburg State. Go ahead.
Continuing the theme of kind of improbable. Landis looking for his first save of the season.
There's Jetzel Cajigas Martinez, the new second baseman. And Landon Marple trying to spoil what Michael says will be Landis' first save of the season. Typically used as a starting pitcher. All hands on deck. Marple takes high for ball 1. Frostburg State 2-0 in this tournament, so this is not an elimination game for them if they lose. Glenville State, though, has a loss and a heartbreaking win to Charleston at noon yesterday, so they needed to win this one to move on. The 1-0 swing and a miss.
Marple, 351 on the season, 57 at bats.
Wheeling the first to go in this tournament, then Point Park, and then in the first game today, Concord eliminated. The 1-1 downstairs. And so again, if Frostburg State loses this game, we go to our tertiary bracket. And it's a 3-way battle royale for the title tomorrow. The 2-1, a cold strike. Charleston will play at 1 o'clock against Frostburg State, regardless of whether or not Frostburg State wins or loses. But if Glenville State wins this, then they would play at 4:30 against whoever comes out of that Frostburg State-Charleston game, and that would decide the title. A 2-2, a swing and a foul tip. Marple stays alive. You almost have to remind yourself this is only the top of the 9th inning, so if Frostburg State scores twice, Glenville State has a rebuttal. Landis ready. The 2-2 to Marple. Swung on, lifted to the left field corner. McNeil gives it a chase, and that ball is well foul.
And this is the time of night, kind of twilight. Not quite daylight, not quite dark. We saw yesterday, actually, there was a what was ruled a double because the right fielder for Glenville State, Ashton Crace, if you remember, lost it.
Lost it in the lights. These guys, you're right, they played the first part of this game battling the sun. That was only an hour ago they were battling the sun, an hour battling the lights. The 2-2, dribbled foul. Although that was a little later in the evening.
It was a little bit later, and it was we blamed it on the lights, but
against a dark sky, and
right now, though, with this guy, I mean, there's a lot going on for these outfielders.
A lot going on in their heads as well. Pitch number 8 of this at bat. Marple swings and misses. 1 away here in the 9th inning. So Charleston awaits. Will one of these teams be there, or do they both go? C.J. Carmichael pulled back at the last minute for a pinch hitter. It's Logan Helzer. Another look at that devastating breaking ball.
Yeah, you could see Marple out in front of it. Not by much, but enough.
Top of the order up after Helzer. He takes a strike. Frostburg State head coach Anthony Williams trying to deploy every asset available. The 0-1 check swing, and they say no.
Helzer 286 on 91 at-bats. He's got 2 ding-dongs on the year.
Counts at 1-1 with 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. Glenville State leads by a run in a must-win game for the Pios. In there for strike 2. Landis fires on 1-2. Helzer bounces it to the right side. Cajigas Martinez newly in the game. Gloves it, flips it, 2 outs. Shalick with a grand slam. Haller with a home run, a solo shot. Those are the key blows for Frostburg State in the 6-run second inning that pushed their lead to 8-0. And at the time, it looked more likely that we would see 7 innings instead of 9 today. Like Glenville State had other ideas. They have scored 10 of the last 12 runs in this game. The last hope, Tanner Cunningham. He takes a strike. Check that, 11 of the last 13 runs belong to Glenville State. Time called, and home plate umpire having some words with the Frostburg State dugout. A warning's been issued to that dugout. Trying to see exactly where the issue happened. We saw the umpire take his mask off.
Everybody in the Frostburg State dugout up at the top step, all lining the rail, as you can see right there. So,
and Glenville State, equal opportunity rail liners on their side. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Glenville State trying to close out a win that was as improbable as their loss yesterday afternoon, the 0-1. It's lifted deep left center field. Meadows over. He can't get there. Neither can McNeil. Around first for second base goes Tanner Cunningham, and some life for Frostburg State. Down a run with a 2-out double to left center here in the 9th inning. Second 2-bagger of the day for Tanner Cunningham.
But that's just a high fastball. Cunningham turned on it, drove it into left center.
Manny Hall, who's walked 3 times today and has a base hit, is the go-ahead run. Cunningham's the tying run. He's at second base. And it looks like they'll run for him. Again, Anthony Williams playing all of his cards. Do we have an issue here equipment-wise? There's a conference. There's a mound visit going on, too, so time for everybody to get a drink. Jack, what drama in this one? I mean, this game's had a bit of everything.
This is what we come here for. We talked about it, way back on Wednesday, how these games play out as you get further into the tournament, things get a little wacky, especially when you have to start digging deep into the bullpen.
And the starting rotations.
And the starting rotations, yeah.
Just about everybody and their brother.
Well, but this is what we sign up for.
So Cunningham at second base is the tying run here in the 9th inning. Manny Hall, who launched a homer to cap a 4-hit game in the tournament opener on Thursday for Frostburg State Bats. He's reached 4 times today and has a base hit. Jackson Shalick on deck, the pitch. Cold strike on the inner edge.
Boy, Landis let go of that pitch, and he knew it was a strike. He was bobbing his head up and down before it even reached the home plate.
Cunningham being held on by the shortstop Bright. The 0-1 grounded to second baseman Cajigas Martinez up with it. And the improbable dream continues for the Glenville State Pioneers. Down 8 runs today, no problem. Glenville State lives to see another day. And we have 3 teams still alive for a Mountain East Conference championship on Championship Sunday.
And we get cake now as we go to the tertiary bracket. Tomorrow, a trifecta of teams. And it's going to be a fun day on Championship Sunday here in the capital city of Charleston.
The win goes to Zach Dellerman. The loss to Joey Seraphin. The save to Grant Landis. And the cheer can be heard all the way up I-79 in Gilmer County. And don't you think that half of Gilmer County might not be down here tomorrow?
Yep.
And on top of that, the entire softball team on the way back from Salem.
Probably making their way, back from Salem with that championship trophy. And I expect maybe them and, of course, the athletic director and Jesse Skiles making his way back to the capital city tomorrow as well to cheer on the Pioneers.
Frostburg State had an 8-0 lead. The big part in that was the 6-run second inning. Jackson Shalick and Jake Holler had back-to-back home runs. Shalick's a grand slam and Holler's a solo shot. Then Glenville State sent 9 to the plate and scored 5 times in the 4th. After Frostburg State got one back in the 5th, Glenville State scored twice in the 5th, 4 times in the 7th. Frostburg State threatened in the 8th and put 1 across, but Glenville State gives up a 2-out double to Tanner Cunningham, and then Manny Hall grounds out to end this one. A fantastic tournament game. Michael Schultz, some final thoughts.
Just an unbelievably gritty comeback from Glenville State, and I'm still in awe of Zach Dellerman. Came in, if you remember, team down 8-0. He came in the 2nd inning and threw 5 innings of 3-hit ball, gave up 1 earned run, 2 bases on balls, 1 strikeout, and just completely threw a wet blanket over this Frostburg State offense. And his pitching allowed Glenville State batters to finally get their footing. I am in awe of what Zach Dellerman did today. Absolutely in awe.
Jack Withrow, if you were a betting man, would you think we'd see Zach Dellerman on the hill tomorrow?
Hey,
at some point?
He was icing the shoulder. You don't think as a senior, his last year, he's not going to say, hey, Coach, I'm available. You can guarantee that. If he can go, he'll go tomorrow. And so will the Pioneers, as Eric no longer an R on that chest of their uniforms. That is the Pioneer logo, as that's one of the things that we learned today.
Down 8-0 into the bottom of the 4th inning. The Glenville State Pioneers, a team that we have used words like gritty and resilient to describe the entire tournament. What a 36 hours this has been for them. They were up 4-2 with 2 outs in the 9th inning and lost a heartbreaker to Charleston. Turned around and behind the work of Landis and Dellerman, shut out Point Park 2-0 last night. And now down 8-0 into the 4th inning of this game, they roar back to win 11-10. And that sets this scenario up.
Yep,
at 1 o'clock. It'll be Frostburg State now with one loss against a Charleston team that has one loss. That is the 1 o'clock game tomorrow, and one of those two teams will have their season come to an end. And then the winner of that game takes on Glenville State in a winner-take-all finale at 4:30.
It's going to be fun.
Where else would you want to be?
Hey, bring your mothers to the ballpark tomorrow for Mother's Day.
And the correct answer for Michael Schultz?
Tahiti.
Tahiti. But if you're not at Tahiti, then hey, we'd love to have you here. And, you know, I believe they can pick up this broadcast to Tahiti as well.
Yep.
Hey, we'll be with you tomorrow as well. Again, for our entire crew, Andrew Boland calling cameras. That's Brian Shepard, our producer today. Alex Fink, Chase Bowman, and Luisa Deasy on cameras. The executive producer of video productions is Butch Mounts. For Michael Schultz and Jack Withrow, my name is Eric Little. Glenville State sends this one all the way to championship Sunday. We hope you'll join us for it. 11-10 the final today. Have a good night, everybody from Charleston.